Chapter 668. The void trembled. When Fong Ping and the others flew toward the Sky Palace, a powerful pressure emanated. Fong Ping's figure stagnated, almost falling from midair. Behind, Old Yao and the others hurriedly followed. The four of them unleashed their mentality, joining forces to resist this powerful pressure. Fong Ping's ears and nose bled. He looked up at the sky, his face full of unwillingness. "Who are you waiting for? Must we wait for your successor? Humans are going to perish." Fong Ping screamed in his heart. He did not know if he should hate the bounded zone, the blessed grotto heaven. That group of people known as immortals died in the catacombs, but left a legacy for humans. The situation seemed to have improved a lot, but the catacombs passageways were about to be fully opened. The Monster Plants Royal Court and the Monster Life Royal Court were about to join forces. The Guardian Royal Court had long joined the war, and the Myriad Demon Royal Court's attitude was unclear. Once the four royal courts joined forces, would humans still have a way out? Fong Ping did not want to think too highly of himself. He was not that great, but he really wanted to find a mentality cultivation technique. He wanted to make himself stronger. He wanted to make his teachers stronger. He wanted to make humanity's grandmasters more. He wanted to make humanity's grandmasters more. Perhaps this was the only way to let humans have the strength to fight back. The bounded zone, since the kings had started the war, and the forbidden zone was also an enemy, why not leave a little hope for humans after they perished? "You found us." "Right." Fong Ping suddenly no longer remained silent, shouting loudly, "You found us! You didn't chase us away. Is there still a consciousness?" "Senior, Fong Ping has no other request, just to see the mentality cultivation method. A mystic virtue martial arts powerhouse. Fong Ping, am not wrong. To be able to levitate the Sky Palace so high, it is obvious that you are also a proud and virtuous person. Fong Ping, will not disgrace the cultivation method, an inheritance left by the seniors. The enemies who destroyed the mystic virtue realm. When Fong Ping is strong, I will definitely settle the score. Senior, please pity the plight of humans and lend a helping hand." Fong Ping roared for a while, continuing to release the pressure. The entire bounded zone was covered by the pressure. Beside him, Wang Jinyang said in a low voice, "Stop shouting. This pressure should not be from a living thing. It should only be sensed through aura and energy changes. It did not appear before us until we attacked the apex barrier. This means that as long as we don't touch or attack anything here, there shouldn't be a problem." The few of them had already deduced some things. This pressure probably did not possess any intelligence or life force. Perhaps it was just a defense program left behind by the ancient warriors. Last time, when he threw Li Hansong and the others out, it was probably just a kind of aura identification, a simple way to distinguish between friend and foe. When Fong Ping and the others imitated the Green Bull sect master's aura, it did not cause the appearance of pressure. When the pressure appeared, it was also when they attacked the barrier of the summit. At this time, when they arrived at the Heavenly Palace, it might have caused the pressure to be released again. The defense mechanism of the Heavenly Palace might have been activated. When Fong Ping heard that, he said impatiently, "You flattered me for nothing." The three of them looked at him speechlessly. "No one asked you to lick them. Cut the crap." Yao Chengjiwen's face turned pale as he said, "The four of us have joined forces, yet we can feel immense pressure from even the slightest aftershock. And this isn't even directed at us. What the hell was this thing? If there was such a powerful defense mechanism in the past, how could people have invaded the bounded domain?" Li Hansong chuckled. When they invaded the bounded domain seemed to have been defeated, yet it was not destroyed. Instead, it sealed itself. This actually proves a lot of things. If the people from the restricted area really attacked, do you think they would let the heavenly palace go? Do you think they would allow the bounded domain to seal itself? Therefore, I'm guessing that this pressure actually existed a long time ago, existing along with the bounded domain. Back then, the restricted area might have had a slight advantage, but they were unable to resist this pressure. Most of the powerhouses from the restricted area had also died in battle in the land of grand battles. The people who came were not strong enough and could not resist, so they left. As he said that, Li Hansong continued, they might not have left. I even suspect that the people who invaded this place back then might have all died under this pressure. This is the reason why the bounded domain has been preserved until now. Li Hansong's guess was still somewhat reasonable. At this time, Wang Jinyang suddenly said, since this pressure might have always existed, then the people in the bounded domain back then should have known that this place could defend against the enemy. If they could not resist the enemy, then wouldn't it be normal to retreat to the heavenly palace? When we were down there previously, we didn't see any remains, nor did we see any living people. Where did the remains go? There might really be living people in the heavenly palace. Their hearts stirred. It might not be impossible. If this pressure had always existed, and not only appeared later, then it would be too normal for someone to retreat to the heavenly palace back then. After the bounded domain sealed itself, would the enemies still come back? If they did, the heavenly palace might have already been destroyed. Since they did not come back, then the people who survived back then might really still be living in the heavenly palace. Let's go. It's already come to this. Life and death aside, let's go up and take a look together. After the pressure appeared, the few of them did not leave. They had already come with the mentality of a slim chance of survival. It was not easy to get to this point. Who would be willing to give up now? The four of them's vitality surged, and their mentality erupted, joining forces to resist the suppression of the pressure. This pressure pervaded the entire bounded domain. Perhaps it could be felt from the outside, but it was also because it had spread too far and was not targeted. Under the joint efforts of the 4-rank 7 martial artists, they could still resist it with some difficulty. From this, one could feel the strength of the pressure. When a rank 9 powerhouse unleashed their pressure, not to mention spreading so far, even if it was aimed at a rank 9, it would not be able to suppress a rank 7 to death. If it was so easy, Wu Quishan would have been crushed to death at first glance when he met the Sky Gate City Lord back then. If a rank 9 could kill a rank 7 so easily, then the battlefield would not be a high-ranked battlefield, but a rank 9 battlefield. Rank 7s and 8s would die with just one pressure. What was the point of fighting? It's definitely comparable to a paragon, maybe even stronger. The few of them had made a comparison. The strength of this pressure would not be weaker than a paragon. That was the minimum. 4 rank 7s joined forces and could only barely resist some of the overflowing pressure. It was too powerful. The few of them flew upward with difficulty. A height of 1,000 meters could usually be covered in the blink of an eye. Right now, they were crawling like a snail. Outside the bounded domain, on the platform, Chen Yaozu and the rest looked solemn too. Following the outburst of the pressure, they also felt the pressure. Of course, after all, they were separated by the boundary wall, so the pressure was not too great. They've been discovered. Will something happen? Second progenitor. They won't die in there, right? Among the few elders, some were deeply worried. Some were slightly perturbed. Chen Yaozu stared at the boundary wall. As the energy concentration nearby decreased, although the boundary wall was trembling now, it did not seem like there was any intention of an energy tide eruption. If the energy tide did not erupt, the boundary wall could not see the situation inside. Chen Yaozu looked at the boundary wall for a while. At this moment, this old man could not help but curse in a low voice. These brats, if they didn't thin out the energy, at least we would still have some points. If the energy tide erupted, they could still see some of the situation inside. But now, they could not see it all, and they did not know whether Fong Ping and the rest were dead or alive. Chun Yaozu said, his expression solemn. He looked at the entrance of the plankway and said softly, "We have no way of knowing what's going on with them. We can't enter, and we can't rescue them. Little Seven, get ready. The Maple King's people are coming." Everyone looked solemn. The old woman gritted her teeth and said, "This time, we must kill Fong Jiuqing. Second progenitor, kill him. When the Maple King's people come, we won't have to worry anymore." After absorbing the imperishable substance, the few of them had almost completely recovered from the injuries that they had accumulated for 15 years. At this moment, their combat strength had increased greatly. There were still 7 rank 9s under the Maple King's command. Among them, Fong Jiuqing was the strongest, on par with Chen Yaozu. If Fong Jiuqing was killed, even if the other 6 came together, they would have a huge advantage as long as they guarded the plankway. There were space rifts on both sides of the plankway. If they fought on the narrow plankway, Chen Yaozu and the rest could retreat to the platform. The geographical advantage was maximized here. Chen Yaozu took a deep breath and looked at the old woman. Apart from him, the old woman was the only rank 9. She called him an old woman, but in his eyes, she was still a child. The old woman called him second progenitor because he was the son of the Chun family's elder ancestor. The old woman, on the other hand, was his second brother's granddaughter. It was not a problem for her to call him third grandpa. Chen Yaozu glanced at the old woman and said, "Little Seven, if Fong Jiuqing comes this time, then I'll try my best to make him stay. After killing Fong Jiuqing, the rest is up to you guys. Seize their tokens, and in the future, you can go home." Having said that, Chun Yaozu looked back at the bounded domain, took a deep breath, and said, "If they come out, then you guys will escort them out of the Shishan catacombs. Second progenitor." The few of them looked conflicted. Second progenitor, was he preparing to finish off Fong Jiuqing, and the rest in one go? All right, let's wait patiently. Chun Yaozu did not care about what was going on inside. He could not afford to be distracted now. The wait did not last too long. King Feng's people did not hide anything. In reality, it was hard to hide anyway. The rank, 9 powerhouses chi, was too strong. Before he arrived, someone laughed at the foot of the mountain. "Chen Yaozu, you're not dead yet. You're tough." "Fong Jiuqing, if you're not dead, how can I die?" "Ha ha ha." Laughter came from the plankway, getting closer and closer. As Fong Jiuqing walked on the plankway, he replied, "Chen Yaozu, you're dead this time. Not just you, but also the other powerhouses from your land of rebirth. You've been holed up here for so many years. I'm afraid you don't know that more than 10 god generals have died in battle in your land of rebirth. As for the rest of the god generals, I'm afraid they're dying soon. 18 southern territories. King Huai led 50 god generals to besiege your remaining god generals." "Ha ha ha. Chen Yaozu, are you desperate?" Fong Jiuqing laughed. As he laughed, he said loudly, "After we've annihilated you, we'll go to the 18 southern territories to hunt down the other god generals from the land of rebirth. No, we'll enter the land of rebirth and annihilate all of you. Chen Yaozu, today is the day you die." "Ridiculous." Chen Yaozu snorted. "Do you really think I don't know?" He had already asked a lot of things when he chatted with Fong Ping. In the past, Fong Jiuqing often told him who died in battle and who was annihilated, especially the Yang family's elder ancestors' demise. When Fong Jiuqing told them, they did not believe him. However, Fong Jiuqing even swore in the name of King Fong proving that the Yang family's elder ancestor had indeed fallen. At that time, Chen Yaozu and the rest were indeed very pessimistic and desperate. But now, according to Fong Ping and the rest, the Yang family's elder ancestor had fallen, but Nan Yunhua was about to reach the peak. Not only that, over in Tiannan, they had killed dozens of rank 19s. Magic City catacombs and Nanjiang catacombs had also won again and again. Even in the land of King's battleground, more than half of the restricted area's younger generation had been killed. Humans were getting stronger and stronger, and Sino Nation was getting stronger and stronger. Especially Fong Ping and the rest of the youngsters, they had all reached rank 7, which also proved everything. Under such circumstances, how could Chen Yaozu be disturbed? Feng Jiuqing wanted to attack him and wear down his willpower, but that was just wishful thinking. Ridiculous? Chen Yaozu, you're really pathetic. Feng Jiuqing laughed heartily. You think I'm lying to you? Is that necessary? My father has already made a deal with King Huai. If you don't die this time, when the 18 Southern Territories battle is over, the god generals under King Huai will come here to annihilate you. At most, we'll share some of the benefits with King Huai. You've been pestering us for 15 years. It's time to end it. Chen Yaozu did not say anything else. They had heard about the battle in the Forbidden City from Fong Ping. However, when Fong Ping said that Sino Nation had the upper hand, Chen Yaozu did not know and did not want to guess. He would rather believe Fong Ping's comforting words than believe Feng Jiuqing and shake his own confidence. In the next moment, the silhouettes of Feng Jiuqing and the rest appeared on the plank road. Chen Yaozu frowned slightly. 4 rank 9s and 3 rank 8s. This time, King Feng had sent so many people. There were only 7 rank 9s under his command. King Feng had a lot of properties under his command. The royal territory needed someone to hold the fort, and the royal court needed a spokesperson. When there was time, the rank 9s were also in charge of guarding missions, such as the King's Battleground, Mount Royal Sea Passageway. 4 rank 9s were here. They had turned out in full force. Chen Yaozu glanced at them and did not say anything. Golden light flickered on his body, and his golden body seemed slightly dim. The others were the same. Feng Jiuqing glanced at them and frowned slightly. It felt like these guys were stronger than last time. Could it be that they went out to recover before they came? Although he had some doubts, Feng Jiuqing did not care. So what if they went out to recover? These people could not stay for long even if they went out. How could imperishable substances be recovered so easily? Chen Yaozu, stop hiding. Why don't you and I go down the mountain and fight? There's no need to continue this ridiculous game. For the past 15 years, you've never won against me, and this time is no exception. Is that so? Feng Jiuqing laughed loudly. He did not go forward. Standing on the plankway, he threw a punch across the air. Chen Yaozu also threw a palm. Energy collided in the middle of the plankway, and the roar shook the sky. Feng Jiuqing was not in a hurry. He threw punch after punch, laughing loudly. Everyone, let's grind them to death together. He was not prepared to fight recklessly. This was an old trick that had been used for many years. Here, there was no way to recover energy, and there was no way to recover consumption. They came at full strength, slowly depleting the other party's vitality and mentality. These people might have even used up their vitality recovery pills and energy stones, but they had reserves. If these people had not brought a lot of energy stones in the past, and recovered a lot after the energy tide erupted a few times, they might have been grinded to death long ago. Even so, Feng Jiuqing felt that this would be the last time. He was not lying. If he still could not take down these people this time, His father had already promised with King Huai that after the war in the 18 southern regions ended, the god generals under his command would come to help. At that time, could these people not die? Feng Jiuqing threw punch after punch. The other 3 rank 9s and 3 rank 8s also did not make a sound, bombarding them across the air. If they blocked, they would have to exhaust them. If they did not block, they would rush out of the plankway and onto the platform. At that time, the geographical advantage would be gone, and the 4 rank 9s would not be afraid of Chen Yaozu and the rest. The old woman glanced at Chen Yaozu. Chen Yaozu did not move, but the aura on his body weakened slightly. Since Feng Jiuqing and the rest wanted to exhaust them to death, then let them do as they wished. On the plankway, Feng Jiuqing bombarded while looking behind Chen Yaozu and the rest with a frown. There was an explosion of force in the bounded domain. Could it be that Chen Yaozu and the rest wanted to go in? Since they could trigger the force, it meant that the bounded domain had already reacted. Could it be that these guys had been sitting here for many years and found a loophole? Damn it! Then this time, they must get rid of these guys. Otherwise, if they were given more time and really let them go in, wouldn't all their years of hard work be in vain? There was a great battle in the Forbidden Catacombs. There was also a great battle outside the Xuanda Grotto Heaven. Battles between rank 9s that were rarely seen erupted everywhere today. In order to not give humans a chance to help, countless rank 9 force erupted in other catacombs. Magic City Catacombs. Last time, it was Wu Chuan, Tianmu, and the rest who sealed the city. This time, it was Monster Sunflower City's city lord and a few rank 9s who were wandering around Hope City and Skygate City, eyeing and oppressing Wu Quishan. They had no intention of erupting a rank 9 war now, but they could hold back the human rank 9s. This was the consensus of some true kings. If it were not for the fact that the catacombs passageway had not been completely opened, right now, an all-out war would have erupted instead of suppression. Magic City Catacombs was like this, and so were the other catacombs, including the Shishan Catacombs. Usually, there were very few battles. Right now, in a city 1,000 miles away, 2 rank 9s came together, cruising outside Shishan City. Grandmaster Feng Yu also looked solemn, standing on top of the city wall, confronting the other party. The situation was so tense that it was suffocating. Inside the Xuanda Grotto Heaven, Fang Ping and the rest withstood the force, moving up bit by bit. The higher they went, the stronger the force. After a while, Fang Ping and the rest were on the same level as the Heavenly Palace. The first thing that came into view was an incomparably tall gatehouse. It was even bigger than the gatehouse below. It's the Southern Sky Gate. Li Hansong sighed. There were indeed 3 big words on this huge gatehouse. Behind the gatehouse was an incomparably huge imperial road. The imperial road led straight to a dazzling golden hall at the back, like an immortal palace. Xuanda Palace. Old Wang muttered, opening his mouth to say, "This can be called the real Xuanda Grotto Heaven. There are only some subsidiary buildings below." The few of them had not even stepped into the gatehouse and imperial road, but they could already feel what was called immortality. The gatehouse and imperial road were shrouded in clouds and mist, half hidden. This was not clouds and mist, but energy. Behind the imperial road, behind the palace, there was golden light rolling, like a golden dragon turning over. Li Hansong and the rest were almost drooling. Last time, they saw this too. This was the lake of imperishable matter. They could not imagine how extravagant the Grotto Heaven was back then. Perhaps, in the eyes of ancient martial artists, the lake of imperishable matter was just an ordinary swimming pool or lotus pond. Although the few of them were talking, they were sweating profusely. The pressure was getting heavier. Fang Ping gritted his teeth and said, stop chatting, let's get on the Imperial Road. As soon as he said that, the four of them stepped onto the Imperial Road. As soon as they stepped onto the Imperial Road, the pressure on the few of them increased exponentially. Old Wang's legs were trembling, and for a moment, he actually had the urge to kneel. Fong Ping's legs were also trembling. The golden light on his body shone brightly, and he growled, "Give me the cultivation technique, and I'll kneel to the seniors once. If you don't, then don't even think about it." The moment they stepped onto the Imperial Road, the pressure became even more intense. Fong Ping thought that he could take it easy. If he gave them the cultivation technique, it was nothing to kneel to these human seniors once. However, if he did not give them the cultivation technique, he did not think that these seniors were really meritorious to humanity. Why did they not comment on their merits and demerits in the past? Now, they did not have any merits at all. Why should they kneel to them? It was unknown whether Fong Ping's words triggered a reaction, or if it was just like that, but the pressure became even more intense than before. Wang Jinyang let out a low growl. The vitality in his body surged, and he forced himself to straighten his back. Yao Qingjun also unleashed his mentality, standing ramrod straight. Li Hansong, on the other hand, was much more relaxed in his armor. He glanced at the few of them, chuckled, and said, "Old Wang is the weakest, Old Yao is the second weakest, and Fong Ping is slightly weaker too. I'm much stronger than all of you." Smack! The three of them did not say a word, but each of them slapped him across the face. Mother ****. This bastard still had the mood to pretend to be weak at a time like this. If it was not for your armor, would you really be more relaxed than us? Fong Ping panted and gave him a slap, then looked at Old Wang and said, "Old Wang, you're a little weak. You'll have to work harder later." "All of you, shut up." Wang Jinyang's face was livid, and his face was flushed red. Yao Qingjun was a middle stage rank, 7, with strong mentality. He was only early stage, rank 7. His mentality was not as strong as Yao Qingjun's, and his physique was not as strong as Li Hansong's. There was no way he could compare to Fong Ping. At this moment, among the four of them, he was the most pressured. Even with his vitality outburst, he could barely stand straight. Fong Ping chuckled and did not say much. He took a deep breath, and the energy around him was instantly absorbed into his stomach. Then the golden light on his body shone brightly again, and he roared, "Go in! If we don't get the cultivation methods this time, we'll tear down the heavenly palace." Bang! As soon as he said that, Fong Ping flew backward, blood spurting from his mouth. Fear flashed across Fong Ping's eyes. Then he said loudly, "Sino Nation is going to perish. Are there any living seniors in there? Do we really have to watch humanity perish before our eyes? Cultivation methods. Are cultivation methods that important? Are they more important than the survival of humanity? Are they still testing us at this time?" In the neo-martial era, the number of martial artists who died in battle is in the millions. The war has not officially started yet. Once it starts, the number of people who died in battle will be in the hundreds of millions. The seniors are so cruel. Bang! Fong Ping was bombarded by the pressure again, and his golden body began to crack. Seeing that, Li Hansong's body shone brightly, and he roared furiously, "Since you're alive, then come out. Sneaking around, don't you dare to show your face." Is what Fong Ping said wrong? If I can find my own territory, why would I need to beg you guys? If you're really not willing to give us the cultivation methods, then please tell us where my home is. As soon as he finished speaking, Li Hansong shouted, "Fong Ping, remove my aura concealment. Iron Head, remove it." At this moment, Li Hansong was extremely determined. He said loudly, "I asked them to identify it. Since they're not willing, then they'll have to find it themselves. At most, they'll just die." The ancient martial era has already perished. At this time, they're holding on to the cultivation methods and not passing them down. Are they waiting for humanity to perish and the catacombs martial artists to come in and pass them down? Because of Fong Ping's few words, they were targeted by the pressure one after another. At this time, everyone was no longer like before, feeling that the pressure was uncontrollable, or rather, the pressure had a consciousness. It could understand what everyone was saying. Seeing that Fong Ping did not remove his aura concealment, Wang Jinyang took a deep breath and shouted, "Fong Ping, remove Ironhead's concealment. If Ironhead can't do it, then try it one by one." "Fong Ping, what are you hesitating for?" Li Hansong shouted. "With your indecisive attitude, how are you going to accomplish great things? How are you going to be a good leader? Since there's a chance, then give it a shot." Fong Ping gritted his teeth, glanced at him, and said nothing. In the next moment, Li Hansong's own aura suddenly erupted. At this moment, Li Hansong's vitality erupted to the extreme. He shouted, "I'm Li Hansong. I don't know who I was in my past life, but maybe you know me. If you're not willing to pass on your cultivation methods, then let me find my own cultivation method." There was no response. "Go in." Seeing that, Li Hansong did not hesitate. He shouted and walked directly toward the palace in the distance. He had unleashed his aura, but the pressure did not target him. He did not care anymore. He would go in first. Maybe the other party had acquiesced. As soon as Li Hansong moved, the other three followed him and walked forward. Fong Ping cursed in his heart. "Mother ***, targeting me. Just you wait. If I can't get the cultivation method this time, I'll settle the score with you sooner or later. I'll tear down the grotto heaven and bring it to MCMAU and let you be arrogant." He was now 100% sure that the pressure was either self-aware or controlled by someone. No matter what, it was intelligent. How dare you pretend to have no intelligence earlier? Shameless. Uft. A wise man knows better than to fight when the odds are against him. I won't scold you now. When I'm stronger, I'll settle the score with you. Currently, except for a few people who did not retaliate against me, the rest had already retaliated. In the little notebook, there was another score. Schwanda Grotto Heaven's pressure, or the manipulator behind the scenes. Fong Ping thought in his heart. Without delaying his actions, he moved his feet and followed Ironhead forward along the Imperial Path. The Imperial Path was thousands of meters long. The deeper they went, the greater the pressure. As they walked, the first one to fall behind was not old Wang, but Yao Chengjun. Yao Chengjun could not go on. His whole body was trembling, and his body began to crack. "You guys continue." Yao Chengjun didn't continue. He shouted at the others, "This might be a test. I don't think I'm suitable. You guys continue." The few of them did not utter a word. They continued forward against the pressure. 100 meters, 200 meters. The further they went, the stronger the pressure. At this moment, the few of them had an idea. Maybe someone was really testing them, deliberately mystifying. Fong Ping cursed in his heart, but it looked like there was a chance to get the cultivation method this time. I wonder if it's a living person. Absolute peak. If I can trick it out. Fong Ping pondered as he walked. He felt a little helpless. It was not easy to trick someone who was not familiar. Chapter 669. On the long road, Yao Chengjun had already stopped. Fong Ping and the other two continued to move forward against the pressure. 500 meters, 600 meters, when they were halfway on the road, helplessness flashed in his eyes. He panted and said, "You guys continue." Fong Ping understood a little. He looked at Ironhead in front of him and said, "It seems to be a test of physical strength." Li Hansong responded, then said in a muffled voice, Fong Ping, what's wrong? The person inside wants to take off my clothes. Armor. Fong Ping was a little speechless. At a time like this, he still had the mood to say such ambiguous words. It was fine to take off his armor, but to take off his clothes. Moreover, as Li Hansong spoke, the pressure seemed to be stronger. Fong Ping said telepathically, the senior inside seems to be quite stingy. Stop talking nonsense. The pressure was even stronger. Fong Ping almost vomited blood. Mother asterisk cur. Was he eavesdropping? Another old Zhang? If he did not eavesdrop, why would he increase the pressure? However, when he increased the pressure, Fong Ping's eyes moved. He suddenly shouted, I'm invincible among rank 7. If the senior wants to test me, then continue. This is not enough. Fong Ping's eyes lit up. The golden bone on his body burst out, his whole body golden. Still not enough. Fong Ping laughed. This is just the beginning. F*CK. This pressure could actually help him forge his golden body. Fong Ping had just felt it. There were 9 refinements to the golden body. Fong Ping's current golden body was an embryonic one. The forging of the golden body was actually a process of compression, constantly condensing the golden body. The more compression, the better. Unfortunately, it was difficult for Fong Ping to compress and melt the golden body. As for the others, Fong Ping had not tried it before. Old Zhang might not be able to do it. Truth be told, modern martial artists love to fight and had strong combat power, but some methods were not good enough. If he let old Zhang help him compress his flesh, he might just explode. But now it seemed possible. Fong Ping felt a large amount of energy around him being absorbed by him. This energy fog was constantly absorbed by the golden body, integrated, and then compressed. Fong Ping looked at Li Hansong and shouted, Ironhead, take off your armor, absorb the energy, and compress the golden body. Li Hansong heard him and did not hesitate. He quickly took off his armor. In reality, that pressure had always wanted to rip off his armor, but he didn't let it. Once the armor was removed, Li Hansong staggered. Behind him, Lao Wang snorted and said in disdain, You're just SOSO. Who asked you to be so arrogant before? Aren't you the same as us now? Li Hansong's body shone with golden light as he chuckled and said, If you have the ability, come to me. If you do, I can even give you my armor. You said it. As soon as he finished speaking, Wang Jinyang gritted his teeth and took a step forward. When Li Hansong saw this, he was instantly shocked. Without another word, he forcefully walked forward. Lao Wang had gone crazy and was willing to throw his life away for money. Fong Ping glanced at Wang Jinyang. He saw that his vitality was erupting, and so was his bone marrow force. As he walked forward, he shouted, Absorb more energy liquid. There's a lot of energy here. If you're seriously injured, maybe the senior will give us some imperishable substance to recover. I knew that the seniors of the domain definitely had the human race in their hearts. They even have the Lake of Eternal. So why would they care about giving us juniors a little bit of imperishable substance? Until now, he had not used his wealth to recover. He was just waiting. As Fong Ping flattered him, he shouted, Old Yao, continue walking. As long as you don't die, it's fine. There's a lot of energy nearby. Absorb more. I don't know if the catacombs people will benefit from their existence here. The catacombs have opened up many domains. I heard that the catacombs have opened up more than 10 domains. Even the Lake of Eternal has been wiped out. As he spoke, Yao Qingjun, who was behind him, gritted his teeth and continued moving forward. The flesh on his body began to crack. He had consumed a golden body fruit that could strengthen the flesh, but it only made his body slightly stronger. He could not even compare to Lao Wang. Lao Wang's vitality force was probably stronger than Fang Ping's. Fang Ping's vitality force was less than 20,000 calories. Lao Wang was probably about the same. When Fang Ping saw that they had caught up, he continued walking forward, shouting, "The mystic virtue realm seniors still have the human race in their hearts. Otherwise, they wouldn't have tested us. It's a pity that humans today can't even cultivate the imperishable substance. They can only rely on the golden body to give birth naturally. It's extremely tragic." After talking for a while, Fang Ping had already walked close to 800 meters on the imperial path. Li Hansong was now at the same level as him, panting violently. Fang Ping ignored him. The energy in front of him was even thicker, almost turning into a solid. Fang Ping felt a little itchy in his heart, but he was afraid that the owner of this place was too stingy and would throw him out when he saw that he had absorbed the energy. "Forget it. When I get the cultivation method, I'll take it all." Fang Ping made a decision in his heart. Before he left, he scooped up all the energy. Now, he would absorb as much as he could. Fang Ping compressed the golden body as he walked forward. His vitality seemed to be growing along with the compression of the golden body. His vitality was being consumed, but the upper limit kept increasing. The density of the golden body was also increasing at this moment. As he compressed it, Fang Ping felt that he had become shorter. He could only continue to absorb the energy madly to make himself continue to expand. "I'm afraid I'm 3,000 caddies now." Fang Ping was a little emotional. This martial artist was almost training himself into a diamond drill. Old Zhang, at least 10,000 caddies. Fang Ping suspected that it might be more than 10,000 caddies. He was not even a real golden body now. The golden body was still compressing. Fang Ping was also walking and stopping. Behind him, Li Hansong was panting as he followed, the golden light flickering nonstop. At this moment, Yao Chengjuan's body at the back suddenly cracked, letting out a muffled groan. At this moment, a ray of golden light shot out from the palace in front. In the next moment, Yao Chengjuan's body began to recover. At this moment, Fang Ping's golden body suddenly cracked. A ray of golden light also shot out violently. Seeing this, Li Hansong's gaze flickered. His golden body also collapsed suddenly. Old Wang's body collapsed almost in the same time. Golden light continued to shoot out from the main hall. Imperishable substance. The few of them were overjoyed. It was really a gift. "Thank you, Senior, for your help." Fang Ping thanked him loudly and continued to walk a few meters forward. His body collapsed again, and a ray of golden light shot out violently again. Old Wang and the others also took a step forward respectively, and their bodies continued to collapse again and again and again and again. Earlier, when they walked a few hundred meters, everyone was fine. However, this time, when they walked 1 or 2 meters, their faces were flushed red, and their bodies collapsed. In the beginning, the golden light still shot out violently. In the end, the golden light seemed to hesitate a little, but it still shot out violently. Fang Ping and the others did not make a sound. After walking for a while, their bodies collapsed once. After walking for a while, their bodies collapsed again. At this moment, Fang Ping was crazy with joy. So rich! Every time the golden light shot out violently, it contained at least 10 yuan or so of imperishable substance. That was 100,000 wealth points, which was not a small amount. In just a short while, he had obtained it more than a dozen times. That was up to 1,000,000 wealth points. Seeing that the imperial path was only about 1,500 meters long, and now he had almost walked 1,000 meters, Fang Ping was thinking if he should slow down a little. Through these few tests, He realized that if there really was a living person inside, he probably wasn't too bad of a person. Looks like the test still gives me benefits. Fong Ping was secretly happy. He continued to collapse his body and continued to absorb imperishable substance. The more he went, Fong Ping realized that it was getting harder and harder for his body to collapse. This was because of the strength of the golden body transformation. Beside him, Li Hansong had already caught up with Fong Ping. When he saw Fong Ping crawling like a tortoise, Li Hansong's footsteps slowed down, secretly regretting it. No, I walked faster. It seemed like Fong Ping took a few fewer benefits. This time, Li Hansong also slowed down his footsteps. With every step he took, his golden body collapsed once. Just when they were enjoying themselves, Fong Ping's body collapsed again. He was waiting for the golden light to shoot out violently. After waiting for a long time, there was no movement. Senior, are you still there? This junior's body is collapsing. No reaction. Not only was there no reaction, but the pressure seemed to be stronger. Fong Ping looked helpless, turning his head to look at Li Hansong. Li Hansong saw that Fong Ping did not have the imperishable substance to replenish. After thinking for a while, he carefully cracked his body slightly. In the end, there was no reaction after waiting for a long time. No more? Li Hansong looked at Fong Ping. Was he done cheated by us? That could not be. There was a big lake of imperishable substance, and this was not even close. Fong Ping shook his head, feeling very helpless. It was probably not that there was no more. Either there was a limit to the number of times, or the other party knew what they wanted and did not give it any more. As he was thinking, a golden light shot out violently, shooting toward Yao Qingjun, who was behind. Yao Qingjun recovered while saying calmly, "My body has really reached its limit. You guys haven't. I'm afraid if you crack again, it'll be gone." The few of them looked at each other. F***CK. He could still judge. Fong Ping was helpless. He could only continue walking forward. This time, he did not crack his body on purpose. 1,100 meters, 1,200 meters. When Fong Ping walked to 1,300 meters, Yao Qingjun stopped at about 800 meters. He sat down cross-legged and began to absorb energy and imperishable substance to cultivate. He could not walk anymore. At this time, Yao Qingjun's body was cracking while he cultivated. The healing speed could not keep up with the cracking speed. Old Wang stopped at about 1,000 meters. Like Yao Qingjun, his body was also cracking. Iron Head was still following Fong Ping. His face was flushed, panting heavily. "Fong Ping, can you still walk?" Fong Ping was also panting heavily. Looking at the palace steps in front that could already be seen clearly, he said aloud, "I should be able to." He did not even use his own recovery ability. Now that he had recovered to his peak, he should be able to walk to the end. As he said that, Fong Ping said again, testing the strength of the body, "Don't tell me it's mainly to walk the path of the flesh. Walking the path of the flesh. I don't know if it's useful for myriad Tao unification." He also roughly understood now. If this was really a test to obtain a cultivation technique, it meant that Xuanda Grotto Heaven was most likely walking the path of the flesh cultivation. There were still some differences between cultivating the flesh and myriad Tao unification. The two were not quite the same. As he thought about it, Fong Ping shouted, "Senior, is there a cultivation technique of myriad Tao unification?" One of my teachers walked the path of myriad Tao unification. He once killed a rank, 8 as a rank, 6 a rank, 8 killed a rank, 9. He made great contributions in the catacombs and killed countless enemies, even peerless powerhouses, maybe the true God powerhouses in your eyes, said that my teacher had a bright future, but he walked the path of myriad Dao unification. His vitality kept depleting. He killed the enemy a few times and almost died together with them. If it's possible, I hope that Senior can bestow the cultivation technique of myriad Dao unification. This happened a few times. Fong Ping shouted for a while, but no one answered. Fong Ping was helpless. He did not understand the situation and did not know if there were any living people here. As he walked, he got closer to the palace in front. When he reached this place, he passed by a bridge. The moment he stepped on the bridge, Fong Ping glanced down. Suddenly, his eyes moved. There was a river below. No, it was not a river. Damn it! Fong Ping cursed silently. It was energy fluid. What was flowing below was actually energy fluid. Moreover, it was mixed with a golden glow. How extravagant was this? The river seemed to be flowing. Fong Ping looked toward the end of the river, but he could not see the situation in the distance. Where did the energy fluid flow to? Fong Ping guessed in his heart. He did not know that this river surrounded the entire heavenly palace and penetrated the boundary wall. The energy maintenance of the boundary wall almost all came from this river, and the excess energy seeped down, tumbling down from the boundary wall and into the ground. It kept seeping until it penetrated the seal and flowed into the Forbidden Sea, outside the boundary. There were countless monsters in the Forbidden Sea tributary. The imperishable matter and energy that they swallowed and spat out all came from here. Fong Ping stood on the bridge and looked for a while. Suddenly he sighed. This energy is enough to help countless martial artists improve. It's a pity that we human martial artists have to kill countless enemies, kill enemies that are 100 times stronger, just for a low-grade energy stone. Senior, if I take some, it won't interfere with the operation of the mystic virtue realm, right? I'll only take some to save human martial artists between life and death. Senior may not understand me, but I dare to swear to God, swear to everyone, that more than 90% of the resources I get have been given to others. When we reach the end of the Imperial Path, the seniors will probably send us into the Lake of Eternity to forge a stronger physique. A rank, 7 might be able to forge a 3rd refinement or even stronger physique. Really? It can't be. But our mentality is limited. Idiot! Is such a small matter a problem to the seniors? Both of them were still chatting when the pressure moved again. This time, it was not the pressure in front of them that was strong. Instead, it was the pressure behind there, but that was so strong that it could not be any stronger. It shrouded the two of them rapidly. It had an attitude that said if they did not leave, it would crush them to death. Fong Ping and Li Hansong looked at each other. Without saying a word, they moved forward frantically. It seemed like the flattery did not work. If they did not leave now, they would be delaying the proper business. After both of them walked for a while, their physiques began to crack. However, they were not far from the steps of the palace now, about a few dozen meters away. Fong Ping took out a big bottle and threw it to Li Hansong, saying, "Drink some, replenish your energy." Li Hansong did not stand on ceremony. He poured it into his mouth and drank it madly. It made Fong Ping want to kick him to death. With the replenishment of energy mixed with the imperishable substance, the cracked physique began to recover. Actually, Li Hansong could also use the imperishable substance to recover. However, this guy was also smart. Every time he seemed to be on the verge of serious injury, he restrained himself from moving forward, not letting his imperishable substance gush out. He would save as much as he could. After a few minutes of walking and stopping, they reached the steps. Fong Ping stepped on the steps and looked at the incomparably huge palace in front of him. The palace door seemed to be wide open. From afar, it seemed like he saw an incomparably glorious throne. Below the throne, there were many similarly huge thrones. Fong Ping moved up the steps. Looking at the incomparably huge throne in front of him, his gaze suddenly changed. Iron head. What's wrong? Li Hansong could not even stand up. He hugged Fong Ping's leg and moved up. I saw it. There seems to be a gem on the throne. No, a demon core. Fong Ping swallowed and murmured, a demon core with a diameter of 1 meter. Gulp, Li Hansong began to swallow too. Was it true? The size of a demon's body, and strength determined the size of a demon core. Even for rank 9 monsters, Fong Ping had seen the size of a demon core. The heart core was about 30 centimeters in diameter. The one from Tianmen tree was about the same size as the one from the rank 9 monster he brought back last time. The brain core, on the other hand, was slightly smaller, at most 20 centimeters. However, a diameter of 1 meter, Fong Ping suspected that his eyes were playing tricks on him. Was that really a demon core? Heart core or brain core? However, he had seen a lot of demon cores. It felt very similar. Was the gem on the throne a demon core, or a real gem? Or was it an energy stone? A diameter of 1 meter. Don't tell me it's not a peak-level demon core. Fong Ping was really shocked. He had never heard of a peak-level demon core. Among the human peak-level humans, the only one he knew was that the subduing king seemed to have killed a peak-level monster from the Forbidden Sea. However, after the battle, it seemed that he did not get the demon core and brain core. When the peak level was on the verge of death, he destroyed everything that he could. In the end, he only got a little outer armor and a wisp of origin energy. This wisp of origin energy was also used by Fong Ping last time. Could it be that a peak-level demon core was used as a decoration for the throne? If he dug it out, could it be used to forge a peak-level weapon? He had never heard of a peak-level powerhouse having their own peak-level weapon. Old Zhang and Li Jun definitely did not have one. Those people in Star Town most likely did not have one. It was hard to say for the subduing king. Fong Ping's gaze swept across the huge throne. From the corner of his eyes, he looked at the slightly smaller thrones on both sides. There seemed to be a crystal color on them too, but they were not facing Fong Ping. Fong Ping could not tell for a moment whether they were decorated with demon cores. While Fong Ping was still reeling from the shock, the pressure erupted again. This time, it was a little more violent. Maybe it was because the dim light in Fong Ping's eyes was too intense. The powerful pressure imprisoned both of them in the next moment. Both of them could not resist at all. This powerful pressure moved the two of them directly into the huge palace. Fong Ping wanted to turn his head to look, but he realized that he could not move at all. He could only see the huge throne in front of him. It was the same for Li Hansong. Both of them could not release their mentality. The pressure moved the two of them to the center of the hall, facing the throne. Then Fong Ping felt a huge pressure, forcing his body to bend. Is this asking us to kneel? Fong Ping gritted his teeth. They were not given any cultivation methods. Kneel for what? This time, the pressure did not seem to be forcing them. It only pressed them to bend. When it was halfway through, it stopped. At this moment, both of them maintained their bowed posture, unable to straighten up. Fong Ping realized that he could speak now. He said, Ironhead. Li Hansong responded. He said gloomily, You want us to kneel? What should we do? A man's knees are made of gold. Even people like Old Zhang and Old Li, who have been fighting for humanity for many years, have never made anyone kneel. The seniors in Star City have been guarding Mount Royal Sea for hundreds of years, and they have never made anyone kneel. But if we don't kneel, I don't think they're giving us cultivation methods. Li Hansong continued to mumble, I might be the same generation as them, or even higher. In this life, I've never knelt before." Both of them mumbled for a while. Fong Ping suddenly laughed. "You won't die if you kneel once. It should be like this during the ancient martial era. You've received a favor from someone, so you should kneel once. We've gotten a bargain, but we're still pretending to be innocent. If the cultivation method is really useful, we can get it just by kneeling once. That's what we've earned. Ironhead, hurry up and kneel." "You first. Insincere." Fong Ping scolded. He smiled and said, "I sincerely want to kneel before you, senior. I'm just not used to saying these things. Because it's been a long time. These rules have disappeared. I don't mean that I'm unwilling. Senior, please don't misunderstand." As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping knelt on the ground with a thud. He said softly, "Senior, please teach me the cultivation method. If Fong Ping achieves anything in the future, I will repay you 100-fold. Beside him, Li Hansong also knelt down. The basilica was eerily quiet. There was no sound. There was no movement. Just like that, it lasted for a long time. Fong Ping and Li Hansong did not say a word. They continued to kneel. After an unknown amount of time, there seemed to be the sound of wind in the basilica. Both of them wanted to raise their heads, but they could not. However, both of them had a feeling that something had come to the basilica. They could not sense the presence of any aura. Perhaps it was not human. Perhaps it was too powerful. Both of them could not sense the other's presence at all. Time was still ticking away. Fong Ping and Li Hansong did not say a word. They continued to wait. The pressure here was incomparably strong. It was almost impossible to forcefully obtain the cultivation method. Even if old Zhang was here, it might not be possible. If the other party was unwilling, even if old Zhang was really stronger than the other party, this thing could not be forced. Just as Fong Ping and Li Hansong were still waiting, the pressure suddenly became stronger. Fong Ping's mouth was overflowing with blood. Li Hansong even let out a muffled groan. Blood flowed from all 7 of his orifices. Both of them still did not say a word. At this point, life and death were in the hands of the other party. They could not resist at all. The pressure grew stronger. It was even greater than when they walked on Imperial Path. It was so great that Fong Ping's golden bones were trembling. They were about to be crushed. Creaking sounds came from both of their bodies slowly. This pressure seemed to be crushing them into powder. Blood, minced meat, bone powder. Bit by bit, they were peeled off from both of their bodies. Fong Ping was no longer silent. He smiled and said, "Senior, if you think there's still a need for a test, you can use more force. This is not enough. We don't have anything else. Martial artists in the neo-martial era still have this bit of willpower. It's nothing." Li Hansong grinned with his cracked lips and said, "Martial artists in the neo-martial era really don't care about this little test. If it's really like this, then Senior should just give the cultivation method to us. Not only us, but anyone who comes will also have 100% chance of getting the cultivation method." Both of them spoke one after another, their faces calm. This was not even close. Li Hansong almost curled his lips. When he first cultivated, forging his golden body in blazing fire was even more painful than this. Fong Ping did not care. He had been beaten into a skeleton a few times. He would get used to it. As long as he had one breath left, he would be full of vigor. The pressure continued. Fong Ping's newly compressed golden body began to crumble again. His internal organs began to crack. Fong Ping did not care about this. He wanted to look up, but he could not. He could only stare at the floor. As he looked, Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. There seemed to be a reflection on the snow-white floor. Behind him, there seemed to be a blurry figure. There really was someone. However, the reflection was too blurry. Fong Ping could not see it clearly. He could only see a shadow. After an unknown amount of time, Fong Ping grimaced and said helplessly, "Senior, why don't you just crush us until we're on our last breath? If you can't crush us to death, we really don't care. Right now, the situation outside is critical. The 18 Southern Territories human powerhouses are at war with the catacombs powerhouses. If I don't go and turn the tide, something might happen." Li Hansong was also panting heavily. "Yes, Senior. It's too much of a waste of time. If we don't go and rescue them, something big might happen. Why don't you crush us until we're on our last breath? Then you can give us the cultivation method." At this moment, Fong Ping seemed to see the shadow behind him flutter. After an unknown amount of time, a crystal book suddenly floated out of Fong Ping's body. The crystal book trembled slightly. After a long time, a weak voice was heard. "There really is an ancient martial powerhouse alive. Junior Zhang Tao, Sino Nation." Buzz buzz. Fong Ping was stunned. "Disconnected? F***CK. This worked too. Old Zhang could actually speak. No, it seemed like he could. Prince Song's mentality avatar could do it back then, right? Why did he disconnect halfway through?" Before old Zhang could finish his introduction, Fong Ping immediately added, "Old Zhang. No, Minister Zhang is one of our humans' guardian gods. Sino Nation today. Senior, are you someone from the Pre-Qin era? We are the descendants of the Pre-Qin era. Sino Nation has 14 desperate guardian gods now. Minister Zhang is one of them." Fong Ping spoke for a while, but there was still no sound. At this moment, the crystal book fell into Fong Ping's arms again. After a while, Fong Ping felt his mind go blank for a moment. It was as if someone was talking to him in his mind. Fong Ping was delighted and hurriedly began to memorize. However, after memorizing for a while, Fong Ping was a little dazed. What was it talking about? I don't think I understand it. Beside him, Li Hansong's face was also blank. Someone was talking to him, but he could not understand it either. Even though they could not understand, both of them still memorized it. This was probably the cultivation method. It was made so mysterious that he could not understand it. How could it be explained as clearly as the modern cultivation method? After about a few minutes, the voice disappeared. Fong Ping was just about to ask. In the next moment, Fong Ping's vision suddenly went black. Then, he realized that he was floating away. "Senior, I haven't explored the palace. No, I haven't seen its true face. Senior, you're a desperate realm, right? Humans need you. Sino Nation needs you. Come out with me." "Senior," Fong Ping had just shouted when he suddenly realized that he could not speak. He was instantly flustered and exasperated. What was the meaning of this? But now that he was flying out, it was obvious that he was chasing him away. Fong Ping was extremely helpless. Was he chasing him away? Just like that? "I've been kneeling until now, and you're giving me a cultivation method that I don't even understand? Aren't you embarrassed?" Fong Ping gritted his teeth. He realized that he could still move, so he did not waste time talking. A big bottle appeared in his hand. Suddenly, an incomparably huge suction force came from his body, and the surrounding energy quickly gathered. Fong Ping picked up the bottle and scooped it up. After scooping one bottle, another bottle appeared, and he continued scooping. Behind him, Old Wong and the others had also floated out. When they saw Fong Ping's actions, they were also straightforward. Their bodies suddenly released a suction force, and the surrounding energy rushed into their bodies. Li Hansong and the others were already spewing out energy from their mouths, but they refused to give up. There was a lot of liquefied energy here. Now that the other party was chasing them away, if they did not absorb it, there would be no more chances. Just as they were absorbing wildly, the throwing force suddenly became stronger. They were like lightning, and in the blink of an eye, they were thrown out of sight. Until they were thrown out, in the Sky Palace Basilica, a faintly discernible figure appeared on the basilica's steps. Neo, martial, an incomparably dry and hoarse voice came out slowly. The illusory figure suddenly cast his gaze downward. Below, there were many pitch-black pits. Then he looked at the thin energy in the air, and then at the somewhat thin energy in the river. The illusory figure swayed slightly. His gaze turned toward the direction where Fong Ping and the others were thrown out, and he let out a hoarse voice that was unknown, whether he was laughing or crying. Chapter 670. Bang! An incomparably loud explosion rang out. Fong Ping and the rest were like water droplets sliding down from the boundary wall. Among them, Fong Ping's impact was the loudest. His golden body was about to explode. Why? Fong Ping rolled down from the boundary wall, feeling a little sad. I'm not doing this for myself. Fong Ping, want all of this. Isn't it for mankind? Why do you have to treat me like this? But we haven't gone out yet. Fong Ping's heart leaped with joy. Alas, before his joy could end, the boundary wall suddenly wriggled. Fong Ping's head was stuck out all of a sudden, as if someone was forcefully shoving him out. So shameful. Fong Ping felt too ashamed to face anyone. He had already reached the boundary wall. If Chun Yaozu and the others saw this, how embarrassing would he be? At this moment, his head was stuck in the boundary wall, and he was being pushed out by someone. Although he felt ashamed, Fong Ping still thought of something important. Whether it was people or other things in the domain, it seemed that they could not control the outside world. He remembered. Last time, when Li Hansong and his companion were thrown out, they also hit the boundary wall and came out on their own. Is there a limit? What restrictions? Are you unable to go out, or are you unwilling to go out? At this moment, many thoughts arose in Fong Ping's mind. As for the friction between his face and the ground, forget it. Who cares about that? If Chun Yaozu and the others saw it, they could just deny it. At most, they could just bribe them with some imperishable substances. As he thought about it, the look in his eyes changed. Up ahead, at the entrance of the walkway, Chun Yaozu and the others blocked the entrance of the plankway, shouting and fighting incessantly. Bang! A loud sound rang out as a figure was sent flying, crashing into the world wall. However, the world wall instantly counterattacked, sending the figure flying again. While he was still in midair, his blood had already splattered all over the platform. Yuan Hu! Fong Ping heard the old woman's shrill cries, which were laced with deep worry. Mother! In the air, the figure spoke in a weak voice. Blood kept spurting out from his mouth as he mumbled, I'm fine. Although he said he was fine, a large amount of blood gushed out of his mouth, mixed with some pieces of his internal organs. There were a total of 6 people from the Chun family here, 2 at level 9, 2 at level 8, and 2 at level 7. This person was one of the rank 7 martial artists. Fong Ping did not pay much attention to him before, but he did not expect him to be the old woman's son. Ha ha ha! Chun Yaozu, you will die today. As soon as he finished speaking, another rank 7 martial artist flew backward. This time, he crashed directly into Li Hansong, who had just stuck his head out. As for Fong Ping, he was still down there. The rank 7 martial artists collided with Li Hansong. His tailbone was almost broken by Li Hansong's iron-head centipede. Li Hansong almost vomited blood. I just came out, and I was hit. More importantly, it was but that hit me just as he was about to speak. Fong Ping's mentality moved a little from below. As he climbed out, he shook his head at him. The people at the entrance of the walkway couldn't see them. Until now, Fong Ping was still restraining his aura. Previously, Ironhead did not restrain his aura. At this time, Fong Ping also hurriedly added this fellow. Just now, this fellow had poked his head out, hoping that he had not been sensed. Feng Jiuqing was here. He recognized Feng, Jiu Cheng's voice. This guy was very arrogant at the king's battlefield, but his arm was broken by old Zhang. Seeing that the rank 7 from the Chen family had also seen them and seemed like he wanted to say something, Fang Ping immediately used his mentality to probe and shook his head quickly. This guy doesn't have any chemistry at all. I've already used my mentality to hit you, and you're still shouting. Fang Ping ignored him. When old Wang and Yao Qingjun had also climbed out, he used mentality and said, Feng Jiuqing, and the others are here. The few of them did not speak, climbing out quickly. As they walked out, the gap in the boundary wall was quickly mended. At this moment, the few of them walked to the side, avoiding the direction of the entrance of the walkway. Feng Jiuqing and the others were still below. There was no need to care about him. As for Chen Yaozu and the others, the 2 rank 7s were seriously injured. Among the others, only Chen Yaozu's body was covered in golden blood, but he was not dead yet. Fang Ping felt that he would not die so easily. The old man Chen Yaozu stood alone at the front, just inside the walkway. He was fierce enough. Fang Ping really did not see it before. The few of them avoided that direction. The old woman seemed to have sensed something too. She turned her head and glanced at it from the corner of her eyes. As a result, she was stunned for a moment and was almost hit by a giant golden fist below. They were out. No, it was not a problem of coming out. Where was their aura? If she did not feel that something was wrong with these guys just now, she would not even know that they had come out. Although the old woman was somewhat at a loss, this was not the time to greet them. Seeing that they had avoided to the side, she did not say anything. A few rank 7 martial artists. Even if they attacked now, what could they do? In front of her, Chen Yaozu did not have time to look back. He roared continuously, manipulating a divine weapon longsword, constantly fighting with Feng Jiuqing and the others below. Among these 4 rank 9 martial artists, 2 of them had rank 9 divine weapons, and 2 had rank 8 divine weapons. They were stronger than before. In the past, among these people, only Feng Jiuqing had a rank 9 divine weapon. The others did not even have a divine weapon. At this moment, Chen Yaozu was very pessimistic and helpless. Previously, he thought that when his strength recovered, he would suddenly explode under the cover of his hidden strength. At worst, he would perish together with Feng Jiuqing. However, who knew that the other god general actually had a rank 9 divine weapon? In this case, he could not die. At least not now. Otherwise, Shao Qi would not be a match for 3 rank 9s, especially when one of them even had a rank 9 divine weapon. Shao Qi only had a rank 8 divine weapon. This unforeseen event disrupted Chen Yaozu's plan. What should we do? At the back, a few people retreated to the side. Li Hansong asked through mentality voice transmission. Fang Ping, on the other hand, sensed for a while and said, For rank 9s. Too many. There's no other way. We can only use old Zhang's crystal book. This place is good, right inside the plank road. As long as we hit them on both sides, they are finished. But if we use the crystal book, old Zhang's strength will be damaged. Unless it was absolutely necessary, Fang Ping did not really want to use this. This was old Zhang's mentality clone. If he used it, it was equivalent to permanently cutting off a part of old Zhang's mentality. The other 3 people frowned too. Sometimes the damage to the ultimate combat strength was more important than killing a rank 9. Old Zhang's strength was strong, but after all, his foundation was not strong enough. He had only broken through a few years ago. Once he used it, Li Hansong said through voice transmission, Then I'll do it. I'll drag them along and fall into the space rift. Forget it. Once you go out, you'll be sent flying. You won't have the chance to drag them. Fong Ping ignored him. After pondering for a moment, he said, "Why don't we be logistics? Let the seniors of the Chun family fight with the imperishable substance. With the imperishable substance, their strength will be much stronger. We can't recover the imperishable substance here. Feng Jiuqing and the rest have expended a lot too. If this goes on, they will also be exhausted to death. Can't they run? That depends on their acting skills." Fong Ping sighed with mentality. These few honest people from the Chun family did not know how to act. If old Wu and the rest were here, Fong Ping felt that it would not be a problem to trick Feng Jiuqing and the rest to death. However, Chen Yaozu looked so honest. Would he know how to act? Would he pretend to be seriously injured, dying, and about to die? When fishing, one had to hide the hook. If one did not act well and reveal the flaw, that would not do. When martial artists fought, it often depended on who could act better. If Chen Yaozu's acting skills were up to par, he could lure Feng Jiuqing and the rest to the point of wanting to die. He would not stop until he killed them, exhausting his energy and his imperishable substance. When that time came, Fong Ping and Li Hansong could still go out and fight with the rank 9. Both of their golden bodies were not weak. Fong Ping had improved a lot before this. Li Hansong was even more impressive. He had the divine armor. Once these people exhausted themselves, they might not be able to kill him. When that time came, he could bring a few people and run toward the rift. Maybe Li Hansong could really kill the rank 9. In this way, they could save the crystal book. Acting skills. A few of them looked at the few Chen family members at the Plankway entrance, looking worried. It might not happen. If these few honest people were not good at acting, they might not be able to keep Feng Jiuqing. Old Wang thought for a while and said, "Let's try. If it really doesn't work, then we have to keep these people. If we use it, so be it. Killing 4 rank 9s and King Feng's son. The minister won't think it's not worth it." Paragons could not attack. Mentality avatars were not easy to come by. If a paragon was willing to do this every day, the catacombs could bring rank 9s for you to kill every day. If a paragon was willing to do this every day, the catacombs could bring rank 9s for you to kill every day. If you had the ability cut 8 or 10 times, when that time came, it would be the paragon who died. Using 10 or 20 rank 9s lives in exchange for a chance to kill a paragon, the catacombs' true king would probably laugh like crazy. An outland in exchange for a paragon. Before the outland was completely destroyed, the human paragons would all be dead. Let's try it then. Fong Ping had no other choice. He could only rely on Chen Yaozu's acting skills now. In the next moment, Fong Ping's mentality probed toward Chen Yaoting. Chen Yaoting was in the midst of killing. Feeling the touch of mentality behind him, he did not speak, continuing to maintain the state of killing. However, in the next second, Chen Yaozu had some fluctuations. "Senior, do you know how to act?" Fong Ping's voice rang in his ears. Chen Yaozu almost made a mistake. What was going on? Acting? "I just picked up thousands of imperishable substances from the Xuanda Grotto Heaven. You can always use the imperishable substances to fight. I can wait for you to use them up and help you replenish them to kill Feng Jiuqing and the rest. But if you perform too well, they might retreat. That's why I need your cooperation. Pretend to be in a life and death struggle. Using the imperishable substances will also be at the end of their rope. They'll exhaust their mentality and imperishable substances." Fong Ping described his plan to them. As long as Chen Yaozu could fight them until both sides were powerless, then it would be like when he was in Tiannan. He, Fong Ping, could appear and be the savior for once. Killing the enemy required strategy as well. Although Chen Yaozu was a little surprised that he had picked up imperishable substances again, Why did he say again? Chun Yaozu did not think too deeply about it. It was still surprising that he could get imperishable substances for free. Also, these few brats did not die, and they actually came out from inside, acting right. In the next moment, Chun Yaozu suddenly let out a roar, saying mournfully, "Even if I die today, I'll bring you all along with me." As soon as he finished speaking, the golden light on his body shone brightly. The long sword in front of him burst into a brilliant golden glow. Feng Jiuqing was not shocked. Instead, he was delighted. He laughed loudly and said, "Everyone kill." Chun Yaozu was at the end of his rope. He had actually started to use the imperishable substances to fight. He was at the end of his rope. Little Seven, fight. Unleash the destructive force. When the old woman heard that, a ruthless look appeared on her face. She did not hear Fang Ping's voice transmission, but since the second patriarch said to fight, then she would fight. In the next moment, the old woman also unleashed a powerful destructive force. Both of them were no longer guarding the plank road entrance. Instead, they killed all the way down. Durong, Deming, unleashed the destructive force. Chun Yaozu roared again. The 2-rank 8 powerhouses also unleashed the destructive force without saying a word. The 4 powerhouses unleashed the imperishable substances to fight. Their strength suddenly increased by a notch, killing Feng Jiuqing, and the others until they kept retreating. Seeing this scene, Fang Ping felt a little emotional. Chun Yaozu believed in him quite a lot. This was the charm of a person. Chun Yaozu was not afraid that he was fooling him. If he did not have the replenishment of the imperishable substances, he would really be done for if they continued fighting like this. He did not care about the other side anymore. Both sides could not decide the winner for now. If they were to fight a battle of attrition, it would not be something that could be done in a short while. Fang Ping took a look at his own panel. Wealth, 172 million points vitality, 20,000 calories, 21,200 calories, mentality, 1,800 hertz, 2,320 hertz, destructive force. Bones honed, 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 90%, storage space, 1,000 cubic meters plus, energy shield, 1 point/minute plus 3, 1,000 points/minute, or a simulation, 10 points/minute plus 10%. My wealth is less than 10 million compared to when I came in, Fang Ping lamented in his heart, but he did not care. Previously, he gave Chun Yaozu and the others a lot of imperishable substances. He also concealed his aura and simulated it, so the loss was not small. Disregarding everything else, just the upper limit of his vitality had increased by more than 3,000 calories, and his mentality had increased by more than 100 hertz. Fang Ping felt that even if he did not gain anything this time, he would still have profited. He had only forged his golden body for a while, and he had not even reached the standard of first forging, but his vitality had increased by more than 3,000 calories. It was too scary. It would be difficult for him to cultivate on his own without a month or two. Sure enough, only by taking risks could he quickly increase his strength. This time it seemed easy, but the danger was definitely beyond imagination. A place where a paragon had fallen before. How could it be so simple? There are a lot of good stuff. Endless energy liquids, endless soil, a few giant metal pillars, crystal divine weapons, a few thousand caddies of energy stones. Plus, I've plagiarized the library, and there's also a cultivation method that might be a mentality cultivation method. I've really profited a lot this time. How long had it been? The sky had just brightened. When he arrived, it was almost daybreak. Overnight, he had gained a lot. Fang Ping did not waste any time. He condensed a few large lumps of imperishable substances and threw them to Old Wang, and the others, sending a voice transmission, recovered a peak condition. These guys had just walked on the Imperial path, so they had expended a lot of energy. Not to mention that Li Hansong was almost crushed by someone earlier. As for him, he had the system to recover, so what was there to be afraid of? They did not waste any time either. They took the imperishable substance lumps and quickly absorbed and digested them. Fong Ping did not care about them. He glanced at the two Chen family rank 7s who were still in a daze and sighed. There were so many honest people in the Chen family. What are you two looking at? You're already so old. Why are you still so silly and adorable? Fong Ping also threw a small lump of imperishable substance over, sending a voice transmission. Seniors don't participate in the battle anymore. Recover from your injuries. As he said that, he sent another voice transmission to Chen Yaozu, who was in the distance. Seniors, we're almost exhausted. Let the seniors be sent flying back. Oh, right, seniors, don't be sent flying back together. One by one. Fong Ping sighed at their honesty again. Look at them. Back then, for the sake of mixing imperishable substances, they were sent flying with just 1, 2, 3 hits. These few had expended a lot of energy, yet they could not even fly back. This was a human powerhouse. Chen Yaozu did not speak. He did not fly back either. If he was acting, then he had to act real. Unless he was really crippled. Otherwise, he would not fly back. Not only did he not fly back, but the current Chen Yaozu's eyes were bloodshot. He no longer controlled the divine weapon. Instead, he held the divine weapon in his hand and charged downwards like a mad demon, engaging in close combat with the few rank 9s directly. This also meant that he would fight to the death. Close combat had always been a sign of a battle to the death. When high-ranked powerhouses started close combat, they were really fighting with their lives on the line. Fong Ping's mentality took a look, and even he was a little scared. Chen Yaozu fought like a mad demon. There were a few times when he was almost beaten out of the plankway by Feng Jiuqing and the rest. Once he was beaten, it would be a dead end. However, Feng Jiuqing and the rest were somewhat cautious. It was obvious that Chen Yaozu was going to fight with his life. At this moment, the few of them were thinking more about dragging him to death. There was no need to take the risk and go crazy with them. Even if they killed Chen Yaozu that way, they could have spared their lives. It was not worth it to exchange their lives now. Chen Yaozu was crazy, and so was the old woman. The two rank 9s were fighting at the forefront now, killing Feng Jiuqing, and the rest until they retreated. When they retreated, the two of them retreated again. Feng Jiuqing and the rest hurriedly followed, continuing to fight, wanting to continue exhausting the two of them. While fighting, Feng Jiuqing goaded him. Chen Yaozu, you also know that you will die without a doubt. You want to die a little faster? Have you forgotten that your son died in my hands back then? It was clean and painless. Chen Yaozu was not angry. He said coldly, your big brother died in my hands too, clean and simple. That useless thing. If he died, then he died. If he didn't die, I wouldn't be who I am today. Chen Yaozu, do you think I will care? Don't force me. If you push me too far, when I self-detonate, all of you will be buried with me. Ha ha ha. Feng Jiuqing did not think much of it. A rank 9 self-detonation was very powerful, but they had 4 rank 9s and 3 rank 8s. They could still block the aftershock if they joined forces. At most, they would be heavily injured. As long as they did not fall into those space rifts and Chen Yaozu self-detonated, the Chen family would probably not survive. Would he dare? If he could not kill them and let all of his people die instead, Feng Jiuqing did not care about his threat at all. In the midst of the few of them fighting, the old woman suddenly roared and slashed with her saber. She did not dodge or evade, forcefully taking on a rank 9 sword, but with one slash, A rank 8 powerhouse was slashed out of the plankway. Ah, a shrill howl was heard. The rank 8 powerhouse struggled to return to the plankway, but the old woman paid the price of taking a rank 9 powerhouse's attack head-on and attacked him. There was no way he could survive. Without a sound, several black rifts slashed across the other party's torso. The head disappeared instantly. Immediately after, the lower half of the body disappeared. The shrill howl continued, but in the blink of an eye, the howl disappeared. On both sides of the plankway, black rifts flashed frequently. Each time they flashed, some torso was taken away. Not long after, this rank 8 golden body powerhouse disappeared without a trace, as if she had never appeared in this world. Feng Jiuqing and the others did not look too good, but they did not care too much. Using a rank 8 martial artist's life in exchange for a sword that seriously injured the old woman, it was worth it. The few rank 9 powerhouses did not retreat, but advanced instead, their attacks becoming more and more ferocious. The old woman had already taken a blow, and now she was an arrow at the end of its flight. In the blink of an eye, she was sent flying. On the platform, the old woman flew backward. Fang Ping did not waste any time, immediately taking out a large mass of imperishable substance. The old woman was stunned for a moment. Fang Ping said quickly, "Senior, when you're acting, you must act more realistically. If you continue to get injured, don't let them know that you have recovered. Then kill the remaining 2 rank 8s. I know the habits of these catacombs fellows. If you are injured in exchange for a rank 8's life, they think it's worth it. They won't let the rank 8 retreat. They would be injured a few more times, to the point where they were on the verge of death. Then they would consume their immortal substance and mental energy. When the time comes, just leave it to us. We guarantee that we'll kill them." The old woman didn't say anything. She quickly picked up the imperishable substance and began to recover. Fang Ping was still nagging, "Don't heal your physical injuries. At most, you'll be turned into a skeleton. You won't die." Recovering the bones and internal organs would make the process more realistic. If Senior can endure it, then try not to recover the internal organs. The imperishable substance would be stored in the bones. It would be best if he was in the skull. That way, it would be difficult for them to detect any abnormalities. At rank 9, even if their internal organs are shattered, they won't die so easily. If they can't die, then I can continue to save you, Senior. The old woman was a bit sluggish. We're fighting. This brat actually taught me how to act. Senior, don't just stand there. Second Patriarch can't hold on any longer. The old woman came to her senses immediately. Just as Fang Ping said, she did not heal her physical injuries. She remained in the bloody mess from earlier and quickly charged toward the plankway. After a while, the 2 rank 8s were sent flying, heavily injured. Fang Ping continued to instruct while rescuing them. He felt a little helpless. The Chun family was quite stupid. If he didn't teach old Wang and the rest, once the imperishable substance was used, they knew what to do. Old Wu, Old Man Li, and the rest were almost the same. Old Zhang, that shameless one, was probably better at acting than Fang Ping. These people from the Chun family had lived for so long, yet they still wanted a young man like him to teach them how to act. They had no talent at all. We should really set up an acting training course for all high-ranked powerhouses. Old Zhang can be the main lecturer, and I can be the assistant. Fang Ping sighed, and even specially sent a voice transmission to Old Wang and the rest. Their faces were filled with black lines. How did MCMU teach such a thing? Li Hansong, on the other hand, deeply agreed. It made sense. Fang Ping still had some skills. He could act, he could dig holes, he could bluff, he could earn money. He was now looking up to Fong Ping. Needless to say, he had learned a lot. The whole digging course back then had taught many people. As for acting, he could do it now. As for bluffing and earning money, Li Hansong pondered for a moment. He was still lacking a little. When the day came when he could bluff old Wang and the rest into believing that he was stronger than them, then it would be enough. Fong Ping's strength was actually just SOSO, but old Wang and the rest all believed that Fong Ping was stronger than them. This was very wrong. It was obvious that Fong Ping had subtly influenced their judgment. P.S. Happy New Year, everyone. Also, Lovable Feathers, A Bite of Hogwarts, will be available at 12 tonight. I hope my brothers can support the First Order. Lovable Feather has helped Old Eagle a lot. Old Eagle, am very stingy. I can't bear to tip that. Brothers, please donate a little. I'll write more free words in each chapter in the future. Let Old Eagle lose face, please. Chapter 671. I can give my speech now. I'm excited. It's past 12 o'clock. In 2018, the first half of the year was painful, and the second half was happy. On the 2nd of January, at the beginning of the 18th year, his source of income was blocked. He was so upset that he wanted to cry and break down. He didn't even have the mood to celebrate the new year. Tossing and turning, it didn't take long for Kai Yuan to finish his revision. He had originally planned to write 10 million words. Gao Wu released a letter on June 4th, after which the source of revenue was completed in May. When he was posting the book, he was restless and couldn't sleep. However, happiness came so quickly. On July 13th, Gao Wu went on sale with 5,500 initial orders, a result that far exceeded Old Eagle's expectations. On August 30th, the Silver Alliance crowd funded by readers gave Old Eagle a huge surprise. Since September, Gao Wu had been at the top of the best-selling list. In October, it officially topped the best-selling list, and no one could shake it. Similarly, they completed the miracle of the 100 Alliance hegemony in October. In November, Gao Wu became the first Golden Sect Master. At the same time, he also took first place in the monthly votes, creating a new glory. He had thought that this was the limit of his glory, but who would have thought that in December, even greater glory would come? In the Golden Keyboard event, Gao Wu took first place with a lead of more than 1 million votes and won the Golden Keyboard. In the annual monthly votes ranking, Gao Wu used 5.5 months' time to obtain the 10th place in the monthly votes ranking. Similarly, in December, Gao Wu's average subscription exceeded 30,000, far exceeding expectations. There had been too many brilliant moments. Old Eagle, who had sent a book in January, hadn't expected it, and Old Eagle, who had sent a book in June, hadn't expected it. Even now, he still hadn't woken up. In less than 6 months, he had achieved such results. 18 years of sorrow and happiness, but the happiness far surpassed the sadness. All of this was the glory, the achievements, and the glory that his brothers and sisters had given him. Without everyone's support, Otaku Eagle could only look at the gods and drool. Subscribe, recommend, tip, vote, send red packets for monthly votes, buy booster cards. I've spent a lot of money, but there are no benefits. It's impossible for me to refund Old Eagle's money, so I can only share this honor with everyone. This is the honor of all the brothers and sisters who support Old Eagle. This is the honor you've all fought for Old Eagle. 18 years had passed, and Old Eagle could only give his blessings to his brothers and sisters. He wished everyone a happy life, a healthy body, a happy marriage, a smooth career, and a steady stream of money. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your support and companionship. In 2019, Old Eagle continued forward. In 2019, Gao Wu continued moving forward. Originally, I wanted to make a thank you list, but after thinking about it, there are hundreds of thousands of brothers and sisters supporting me. Forget it, I can write a new book. Everyone, don't blame me. Let's not talk about refunds. I will always be thinking of you. Please remember the domain name of this book. Jiutian Shenhuang Mobile Version. Chapter 672. The battle was still going on at the plankway entrance, at the edge of the platform. Fong Ping rummaged through the storage space for a while and found a set of armor that looked more luxurious. Soon, Fong Ping put on the armor. Li Hansong and the rest looked at him, slightly surprised. Was there a need to pretend now? Fong Ping put on the armor and said telepathically, "Do you think Feng Jiuqing will be dumbfounded if Feng Miesheng suddenly runs out later?" Huh. They were stunned. This guy wanted to impersonate Feng Miesheng? Li Hansong said suddenly, "Simulate Feng Miesheng's aura. I'm only a rank 7. Even if Feng Jiuqing suspects me, he won't care too much. He won't kill me without seeing it clearly. When I get close to him, drag him into the space rift." Li Hansong's reaction was quick. It was extremely inappropriate for him to impersonate Feng Miesheng, even at this time and place. However, Feng Miesheng was Feng Jiuqing's nephew and the most outstanding descendant of the Maple King. After Feng Qing's death, Feng Miesheng would be the leader of the third generation and had the potential to fight for the throne. At this time, even if Feng Jiuqing suspected him, he would not kill him without saying a word. As long as he got close, he would have a chance to drag the other party into the space rift outside the plankway. "Don't. Ironhead, can you lend me your armor?" Fong Ping said telepathically, "I'm more familiar with Feng Miesheng. If you can lend me your armor, I'll be more confident in killing him." "Sure, but no buts," Fong Ping interrupted. "Hurry up. If this goes on, Feng Jiuqing will be suspicious." The Chun family's old lady had already killed 2 rank 8 martial artists and was almost a skeleton, but her combat strength was still strong. If this went on, Feng Jiuqing was not an idiot. How could he not have any doubts? Not only the Chun family's old lady, but Chun Yaozu was also crazy, fighting with his destructive force. Logically speaking, he should be completely exhausted after years of exhaustion. However, Chun Yaozu was still fighting with his destructive force. It would not be long before Feng Jiuqing and the rest found out about their situation. Li Han took a deep breath and quickly said, "After lending it to you, you can't go too far away from me. Otherwise, I won't be able to use my own strength to repair the armor. If you stay in the spatial crack for too long, it will cut into your body." "Understood." Beside him, Wang Jinyang said in a deep voice, "Don't take the risk. It's fine even if you really use the division chief's spiritual energy avatar. There's no need to risk your life right now. You know what I mean?" "Don't worry, I won't." Of course, Fong Ping knew. He and Li Hansong seemed to have inherited the cultivation method now, but they had not passed it on yet. If he died here, then this trip to the domain would be in vain. Fong Ping put on Li Hansong's armor while putting on the catacombs armor on the outside. He said telepathically, "If it's impossible, I won't take the risk. The few of you remember to pull me back at the crucial moment. I think the space rift seems to be attracting me. Don't let me fall in." "I know." After the discussion was settled, Fong Ping began to wait. Actually, at this time, it would be best if he could appear below the plankway. If he really appeared there, then things would be much easier. If he shouted, "Uncle Wang, Patriarch Wang asked me to help you," Fong Ping suspected that Feng Jiuqing might really take it seriously. However, he could not get down now. To get down from the platform, he had to walk the plankway. There was no way he could go through it now. The other places also had restrictions. It was too dangerous. After about 5 or 6 minutes, Fong Ping signaled Old Wang and the rest to step back. Then he looked at a Chun family rank, 7 beside him, and said telepathically, "Senior, when you chase after me later, punch me to the side of Fong Jiuqing and the rest." The Chun family rank, 7, was stunned for a moment. Then he said worriedly, "This is too dangerous. Moreover, second patriarch and the rest are in front. If they lose control and attack you..." At this moment, everyone knew Fong Ping's plan. However, Chen Yaozu and the rest were in front. If they casually gave Fong Ping a blow and blasted him out of the plankway, then they would be in big trouble. "It's okay. I've already talked to second patriarch and the rest. Later, when they are attacked, they will make a small opening. Seize that moment. Senior, just shout, 'He came from the bounded zone,' and confuse Fong Jiuqing and the rest for a moment. But no buts. Senior, once Fong Jiuqing is killed, the rest are no match for second patriarch and the rest. You can kill them by force." The Chun family rank, 7, looked conflicted. Then he gritted his teeth and nodded. Although they were not familiar with Fong Ping, at this moment they admired him very much. He was a ruthless person and a little sinister. After the discussion, Chen Yaozu and the rest in front also attacked wildly. On the plankway, 6 rank, 9 martial artists were fighting in close quarters. It was extremely dangerous. Often, they would stick to the edge of the plankway, making Fong Ping and the rest nervous. At this moment, Chen Yaozu and the old woman unleashed their powers at the same time, killing the last rank, 8 powerhouse, by force. However, both of them were also hit by Fong Jiuqing and the rest. Blood spurted from all over their bodies, and they took a huge step back, making a small opening in the middle. At the same time, the Chen family rank, 7, roared, throwing a punch at Fong Ping. Fong Ping's aura was unleashed. He was hit by the punch, flying 30 meters in the air above the Chun family people. Behind him, the Chun family rank, 7, shouted hurriedly. He came out from the bounded zone. "Kill him! Uncle Wang, save me!" Fong Ping also let out a low cry. At his level, imitating someone else's voice was extremely easy. Martial artists would never determine each other's identity through voice or body shape. Extermination. Fong Jiuqing was indeed stunned for a moment. At this moment, Fong Jiuqing was almost stunned. How could Fong extermination come out from the bounded zone? There are entrances in other places. Fong Ping added quickly. Chen Yaozu, on the other hand, let out a roar and slashed at Fong Ping. Fong Ping felt the powerful vitality force cursing in his heart. "Chen Yaozu must be addicted to acting. Are you trying to kill me?" Seeing Chen Yaozu's attack, Fong Jiuqing also acted quickly, slashing at Chen Yaozu, shouting, "Come here!" Although he was shouting, when he saw Fong extermination falling toward him, Fong Jiuqing still took a step back. Why did extermination appear here? Was there an entrance in other places? They had been searching for decades, yet they could not find an entrance in other places. Also, why was extermination here alone? Why did his father let extermination come here alone? All kinds of thoughts flashed across Fong Jiuqing's mind. In the next moment, Fong Jiuqing seemed to have thought of something. He suddenly roared, "Retreat! Your Highness!" The few rank 9 martial artists around him did not have these thoughts. Seeing Fong Ping's landing, 2 rank 9 martial artists reached out to catch him. "Retreat!" Fong Jiuqing roared again. Something was wrong. Something was wrong. He remembered there seemed to be someone who could disguise his aura. Who? Fong Ping. Fong Ping had disguised himself in the King battleground. Feng Extermination had said it once. Ji Yao had said it too, but no one believed him at that time. Although they did not believe it, they did not forget it. Fang Ping, Feng Jiuqing, did not know if the person in front of him was Fang Ping. The other party was wearing a helmet, so he could not see clearly. However, he felt that Feng Extermination should not be here. Regardless of whether it was or not, the best thing to do now was to retreat. As for whether a rank 7 martial artist like Fang Ping could hurt rank 9s like them, although he was confident, who knew if that be asterisk starred had some trump card? He retreated, but it was too late to catch the 2 rank 9s. When Feng Jiuqing shouted, "Retreat!" Fang Ping had already fallen into their hands. As soon as he landed, Fang Ping and the 2 martial artists' bodies were stuck together. Watching Feng Jiuqing retreat, a hint of regret flashed across Fang Ping's eyes, but he did not delay. The golden hut appeared instantly, covering himself and the 2 rank 9s. The hut moved, appearing outside the plank road in the blink of an eye. Everything happened in the blink of an eye. In the hut, Fang Ping's face turned pale. The golden hut, which was not damaged even by a rank 8 self-destruction, disappeared in an instant. The power of the space rift was beyond imagination. In an instant, it cut off a part of the golden hut made of imperishable substances. Fang Ping put away the hut hurriedly. In the next moment, the 3 of them appeared in the void outside the plank road. Creak! An ear-piercing sound rang out. Fang Ping felt like he had been hit by a rank 9 monster head-on. His internal organs were about to be crushed. The armor on the outside was also an armor worn by a rank 6 powerhouse. Its quality was no worse than A-class alloy. However, there was no resistance at all. It was cut into pieces directly. Inside, a crack appeared on Li Hansong's divine armor. Above the platform, Li Hansong's face was pale. Vitality force, golden body force, and even vitality were surging out of his body, repairing the armor through the air. Beside Fang Ping, the 2 rank 9s also landed outside the plank road in the blink of an eye. Fang Ping was cut, and so were the 2 of them. One of them lost his left arm in an instant. Damn it! The other person roared, trying to run toward the plank road with all his might. Fang Ping did not care about them. He ran toward the plank road with all his might. If he did not run, he would be cut into pieces. Chun Yaozu and the old woman also unleashed their full strength. One of them attacked Feng Jiuqing, and the rest, while the other attacked the 2 rank 9s who had been thrown out of the plank road. Fang Ping did not care. He kept vomiting blood, flying toward the plank road. Behind him, a long spear appeared in Yao Qingjuan's hand. In the next moment, it turned into a long rope wrapping around Fang Ping and pulling him up with all their might. Yao Qingjuan's face was pale. Cracks cut on the long rope, making an ear-piercing sound. His long spear was also of an extremely high level. However, at this moment, it was being worn down by the cracks. Come back! Even Li Hansong, who was repairing his armor, grabbed the end of the long rope. With a roar, the 3 of them pulled Fang Ping and flew toward the plank road. Ha! Wrapped in armor, Fang Ping, who was pulled by the long rope, let out a roar too. With a leap, he landed on the plank road in the blink of an eye. At this moment, the divine armor on his body had already cracked into countless cracks. Behind him, Li Hansong's hair had turned snow white. At this moment, he was weak, his face full of fear. It was too terrifying. In the blink of an eye, not only had he exhausted all his energy, but he had also exhausted a large amount of vitality. Even so, the divine armor was almost cut into pieces. This was even with Yao Qingjuan's help. Otherwise, Fang Ping might not even be able to return. Wang Jinyang could not help but curse. Mother of asterisk her! Why did he have to take the risk? The few of them had underestimated the pulling force of the cracks. If Yao Chengjun had not quickly turned his spear into a rope to pull Fong Ping might not have been able to return to the plank road. Fong Ping had a lingering fear, but he could not care so much. He roared, "Don't let them escape. Kill them!" The 2 rank 9s who had fallen into the void were now blasted more than 10 meters away by Chun Yaozu through the air. Fong Ping was only 1 to 2 meters away, but he almost did not make it back. Although they were stronger than Fong Ping, at this moment their faces were filled with despair and indignation. They did not have divine armor. In just a short while, both of their golden bodies were almost cut into pieces. One of the rank 9s had his head chopped off in half. "No! Your Highness Joching, save me!" Both of them roared in despair. They kept unleashing extremely powerful energy, trying to run toward the plank road. However, the more they struggled, the more cracks appeared in the void. In the blink of an eye, their bodies were surrounded by black cracks. All of this happened too quickly. Feng Jiuqing, who had retreated a few steps, was still fearful. With a slash of his saber, he pushed back the crazed Chen family's old lady and roared, "Fong Ping!" The resentment in his voice was chilling. 2 divine generals had been tricked just like that. If he had not sensed that something was wrong and retreated hurriedly, he would have followed in their footsteps. "Feng Jiuqing, long time no see." Fong Ping retreated a few steps behind Chen Yaozu. The armor disappeared from his body, revealing his true appearance. He smiled. "Uncle Wang, why didn't you save me just now? Damn it, I'm going to grind your bones into ashes." Feng Jiuqing saw Fong Ping's true appearance and roared with resentment. It was really him. It was really him. Fong Ping saw him charging toward him in a frenzy. He retreated again and laughed. "King Feng and I are really fated. I killed Feng Qing and many of Feng Qing's subordinates. In the end, I even tricked Feng extermination once. Now, I've killed 2 rank 9 powerhouses. TSK. As a rank 7, I've actually done this. Even I'm surprised." "Feng Jiuqing, are you surprised? Are you happy?" Fong Ping spoke very quickly. As he spoke, a huge ball of golden light appeared instantly and surged into the bodies of the Chun family, Yao Chengjun, Li Hansong, and the rest. "Kill them," Fong Ping said, and roared. The Changdao in his hand flashed. Golden light flashed, and he slashed at them. Chun Yaozu and the old lady did not need him to say anything. At this moment, they did not care about the 2 rank 9s who were about to be cut into pieces. Holding their divine weapons, they charged toward Feng Jiuqing swiftly. At this time, Feng Jiuqing's side was only left with 2 rank 9s and 1 rank 8 martial artist. When Feng Jiuqing saw the 2 coming, the golden light on his body was dazzling. He was so angry that his eyes were about to pop. He roared, "Retreat!" They were done for today. These people had stored so much imperishable substance. He and the other 2 had fought until now and consumed a lot of it. He thought that Chen Yaozu and the rest would be exhausted soon. He did not expect them to recover to their peak in the blink of an eye. Most importantly, the 2 god generals were dead. Yes, in just a short while, the 2 god generals who had fallen into the void let out an extremely desperate, shrill cry at the same time. The densely packed black fissures almost enveloped the 2 of them. In the blink of an eye, the 2 of them disappeared without a trace. "Retreat!" Feng Jiuqing roared. The remaining god general and the rank 8 golden body powerhouse were also terrified. The tide of the battle had turned too fast. Don't even think of leaving. Chun Yaozu was so ecstatic that he was about to explode. He did not expect Fong Ping to be able to kill 2 rank 9s. He really did not expect it. The moment Fong Ping fell into the void, he thought that Fong Ping had gone mad and wanted to die with them. He did not expect that the armor on Fong Ping could actually withstand the slashes of the space fissures. After all, these were fissures that could even cut a rank 9s into pieces. Among the rank 9 powerhouses, other than the Paragon, probably only people at Nan Yunyua's level could escape by luck from dozens of fissures, and even suffer serious injuries. But Fong Ping blocked it. Not only the armor, that rope in that moment just now. Everyone had actually thought of many, many things, but this was not the time to pursue these questions. Li Hansong's armor, Yao Chengjuan's long spear turned into a rope, Fong Ping's golden house, including the instant change of aura. It could be said that there were too many secrets. However, this was not the time to be puzzled about these things. Fong Ping had trapped and killed 2 rank 9s. Since the situation had reached this point, Feng Jiuqing and the others must not be allowed to escape. Kill! Chun Yaozu unleashed his full strength. The golden vitality all over his body rushed to the sky. The divine weapon turned completely golden, and a giant golden dragon even appeared under his feet. Walking on the dragon, Fong Ping was dumbfounded. What was this? A materialized object? No, it did not seem like a materialized object. It was more like a materialized object mixed with something, and it had a certain relationship with the materialized object. However, Fong Ping was sure that it was not a pure mentality materialized object. Is it the origin Tao? Fong Ping was not too sure, but now was not the time to be puzzled. He shouted, "Don't let them escape." Feng Jiuqing was about to escape. Right now, Feng Jiuqing did not care about the others at all. While resisting Chun Yaozu, he quickly retreated to the bottom of the plankway. The Chun family's old lady also unleashed her full strength, entangling the other rank 9. Even when both of them fought to the edge of the plankway, the old lady did not retreat, determined to make this person stay. The other 2 Chun family rank 8s also fought with the remaining rank 8. These people were entangled together. At this moment, the energy explosion on the not-so-wide plankway, even the crystal plankway, seemed to be on the verge of collapsing. Fong Ping stood at the back. At this moment, Old Wang and the others also came over. Seeing this scene, they felt a lingering fear in their hearts. Should they still intervene at this time? If they were not careful, they would be thrown off the plankway. Li Hansong repaired his armor while frowning, saying, "If this goes on, Feng Jiuqing might escape." Although Chun Yaozu unleashed his full strength, his combat strength was strong, but Feng Jiuqing was not a weakling. Even if he had expended a lot of energy earlier, he was determined to escape now. In addition, there was still a rank 9 and a rank 8 existence. If this went on, he might really escape. Fong Ping nodded slightly, then said quickly, "Ironhead, both of us will go and help. Kill that rank 8 first. Old Wang, you and Old Yao attack from a distance. Old Yao will tear his mentality apart. After killing this rank 8, Feng Jiuqing will think of another way." Okay. As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping and Li Hansong's golden light shone brightly, dashing down quickly. The 2 Qin family rank 8s who were fighting with the rank 8 powerhouse roared, "Retreat! Danger!" Although they had the absolute upper hand with 2 against 1, this place was too dangerous. 2 rank 7 martial artists were only rank 7. If they were struck off the plankway, it's okay. I've killed rank 8s before. Li Hansong's slightly broken armor also appeared on his body, indicating that he would not die. Both of them did not say much, dashing toward each other quickly. The 4 of them joined forces and suppressed the rank 8 martial artist in no time. "You want me to die?" It's not that easy. This person's eyes flashed fiercely, looking at Fang Ping first. The destructive force on his body also erupted with all his might. Even if he died, he would kill this bee **starred. Why are you glaring at me? Fang Ping did not care at all. As soon as he finished speaking, a large mass of golden, imperishable substance appeared in his hand. His fist turned completely golden in an instant, punching out. As soon as his left fist punched out, the Changdao in his right hand turned golden, slashing down. His left fist punched out. His right hand, holding the saber, slashed. Time and time again. This scene made the Tu Qin family rank 8s look a little sluggish. Was he still human? Every move he threw out was all imperishable substance. It looks like it's only 2 or 3 refinements. What's there to be arrogant about? With such a huge consumption, his golden body might not even be as strong as mine. Fang Ping's fists and Changdao kept attacking, while Li Hansong beside him acted as a shield. When the other party wanted to attack Fang Ping, Li Hansong immediately flashed beside Fang Ping, blocking the other party's attack. The Tu Qin family rank 8 powerhouses also blocked this person's way, attacking continuously, be **starred. This person roared furiously. At this moment, he could not be any more sullen. He actually could not kill a rank 7 martial artist. Li Hansong was wearing divine armor. Every time he attacked, he could force the other party to retreat, but he could not kill the other party. This made him extremely sullen. What made him want to vomit blood was that every time Li Hansong was hit, he was also seriously injured, his internal organs severely damaged. However, at this time, Fang Ping would throw a large mass of imperishable substance to Li Hansong, and Li Hansong would shine with golden light again. Both of them cooperated well. Li Hansong did not care if he was injured at all. If he had the guts, he would smash my armor with 1 punch and smash my head. Otherwise, he would not be afraid of this guy. Damn it! Fang Ping, this rank 8 powerhouse, was getting angrier the longer he fought. In the end, he even let out a roar, and a giant tree condensed in the void. That was his materialization. The moment the materialization appeared, it flew toward Fang Ping with strong waves. Fang Ping's dilapidated golden house also appeared in an instant with a loud bang. The golden house was even more dilapidated. Fang Ping himself was bleeding from his 7 orifices, cursing for a while. Kill. At this time, the 2 rank 8 powerhouses from the Qin family also seized the opportunity. Both of them erupted at the same time. Sabers and swords rang together, and with a loud bang, they hit the rank 8 powerhouse out of range of the plankway. I can't accept this. An angry roar filled with unwillingness was heard. Soon, the voice disappeared. Below, Feng Jiuqing saw this scene and was even more determined to escape. The giant dragon under Qin Yaozu's feet wrapped around him. At this time, Feng Jiuqing gritted his teeth. A towering giant tree appeared out of thin air, entangling with the giant dragon in an instant. With a loud bang, the entire plankway shook again. The golden giant dragon dimmed instantly. Feng Jiuqing's body also exploded, but he broke free from the giant dragon's entanglement. Without hesitation, he turned around and fled downwards. Damn it! Qin Yaozu cursed and quickly chased after him. At this time, the Qin family's old lady was also full of anxiety. However, she was still fighting the remaining rank 9 divine general and could not escape at all. Fang Ping glanced at Li Hansong. Li Hansong said quickly, "It's about time. I can still do it one more time. You've killed both of them. Let me take the limelight back." "Old Yao," Fang Ping shouted. The long spear in Yao Qingjuan's hand turned into a rope again, trapping Li Hansong. Fang Ping yelled. "Seniors, keep that guy occupied." The Chun family's two rank 8s quickly cooperated with the old lady to besiege the divine general. Li Hansong took a deep breath and headbutted the rank 9 not far away. Even though it was extremely dangerous now, Fang Ping's face was still black. "Mother ***, do you really have to headbutt people?" The rank 9 powerhouse, who was entangled, laughed bitterly when he saw this. A rank 9, 2 rank 8s, and Fang Ping and a few other guys who were even harder to deal with than rank 8s were entangled with him. Feng Jiuqing had already escaped. If Chun Yaozu could not kill Feng Jiuqing, he would definitely come back to kill him. It could be said that if Feng Jiuqing escaped, he would also have no way out. Seeing that these guys wanted to repeat the same trick and deal with him like how Fang Ping dealt with the 2 divine generals, the man's eyes revealed a hint of ruthlessness. Then they would die together. There was no loud roar, no warning. Just as Li Hansong was about to hit him, the energy on this person's body suddenly fluctuated violently. The Chun family's old lady's expression changed drastically. She shouted, "Knock him down!" The other party was going to self-destruct. It would have been fine if Chun Yaozu was here. The few of them could still defend together. However, Chun Yaozu had left. Right now, it was difficult for her to defend herself. She might be fine, but the others would be in trouble. Li Hansong also felt the danger. With a roar, the helmet on his armor emitted a blinding golden light. With a rumble, he crashed into the rank 9. Above him, Wang Jinyang also let out a wild roar. A thick arrow of blood shot out. Fang Ping did not stay idle either. The dilapidated golden house surrounded Li Hansong, who was knocked backward in an instant. The roofless golden house suddenly made a cracking sound. The rank 9 powerhouse sneered coldly. He did not target the Chun family. Instead, he allowed them to attack him. Without a care, he got close to the golden house in an instant and self-destructed with a loud bang. The Chun family's old lady let out a roar. She blocked most of the self-destruct's power, but there was still some leftover energy that penetrated and hit the golden house. Puff! Fang Ping grabbed a strand of golden substance in his hand and kept it in his Sanjiao gate. His face was so pale that he looked like he was already dead. The golden house was destroyed. In the golden house, Li Hansong was blasted out of the range of the plankway. Yao Qingjun and Wang Jinyang roared again. They pulled the rope frantically, trying their best to drag Li Hansong onto the plankway. The Chun family's old lady hurried to help too. She did not care about the 2 rank 8 powerhouses who were also heavily injured. She hurriedly pulled Li Hansong onto the plankway. After a while, the dust settled. The rank 9 divine general had self-destructed in the end. Li Hansong's armor was already unrecognizable. Not only the armor, but there was also a huge crack on his abdomen, as if it had disappeared into thin air. Fang Ping's eyes were cloudy. He said weakly, "Senior, quickly go and help second grandmaster." Fang Ping condensed another huge golden glow and tossed it to the old lady. His heart was bleeding again. Every great battle burned money. His golden house had cost him tens of millions of wealth points. Now, it was completely destroyed. Moreover, his mentality was severely damaged this time. He did not know how long it would take for him to recover. Ever since Nan Yunyue and the others said that his mentality was too scattered, Fang Ping did not self-destruct again. However, in the end, the golden house that he had spent months condensing was still gone. No matter how desperate a rank 9 was, it was still a rank 9. Even the old lady was the same. When the other party self-destructed, she tried her best to block the aftershocks. Yet, she still could not block the power of self-destruction completely. The old lady did not say much. She took the imperishable substance and quickly chased down the plankway. At this moment, only Feng Jiuqing was still alive. He did not know if second grandmaster had stopped the other party. After the old lady left, Feng Ping gave the two Qin family rank 8s some imperishable substance again. His heart was in excruciating pain. Just for a while. Just for a while. In total, he had spent close to 20 million wealth points. The most crucial thing was that his golden house was gone. His iron head's vitality was draining rapidly. His armor was broken. He had to repair it. All of this was money. The golden house could not be restored to its original level without 10 to 20 million wealth points. Close to 50 million wealth points were gone just like that. Damn that Feng Jiuqing. Chase after him. Don't let him get away. Feng Ping gritted his teeth. He could not care less about the damage to his mentality. He got up and chased down the plankway quickly. There were not many people in this battle. It was far from the last battle in MCMAU. However, those who participated in this battle were all powerhouses. The price he had spent was almost half of what he had spent last time. However, the results of the battle were impressive. Until now, he had killed 3 rank 9 in a short period of time. There were also 3 rank 8s. All of them had died here. Even King Feng did not have many rank 8s and rank 9s under his command. If Feng Jiuqing was left behind, King Feng would probably vomit blood. Everyone did not hesitate. No one guarded the platform anymore. One after another, they chased down. Feng Jiuqing had a lot to do with not having to guard the bounded zone anymore. The token must be in Feng Jiuqing's hands. Please remember this book's original domain name. 9 Heavens Divine Emperor mobile version website. Chapter 673. Rumble. Outside the walkway, Qin Yaozu stopped Feng Jiuqing. At this moment, the 2 rank 9 powerhouses were engaged in a bloodbath. Feng Jiuqing was fighting and fleeing at the same time. He was mad with hatred. He did not hate Qin Yaozu. He hated Feng Ping. Damn that Feng Ping. It's him again. If it were not for the sudden death of the 2 rank 9 martial artists, even if Qin Yaozu and the others recovered their full strength, what could they do? Feng Ping. Feng Jiuqing roared, his voice shaking the heavens. Father, we must kill Feng Ping. At this moment, Feng Jiuqing did not know if he could escape, but no matter what, he had to tell his father that Feng Ping must be killed. If this person didn't die, something big would happen. Moreover, the other party had just come out of the domain, which meant that it was very likely that he had stepped into the true king realm. Feng Ping was already so frightening and detestable at rank 7. When he reached true king realm, he would be an incomparably huge threat, even enough to threaten his own father. We must kill Feng Ping. Feng Jiuqing roared as he fled. There were demonic beasts in the bounded domain, and they might not be able to transmit messages. However, there were demonic beasts on the other side of the tributary of the Forbidden Sea. If they heard him, they could also transmit the message to Feng King. We must kill Feng Ping. Feng Jiuqing shouted again and again, his voice shaking the heavens. Qin Yaozu didn't care about this and shouted, "You can't escape." If he wanted to leave, he would have to go to the Forbidden Sea. Under such circumstances, he would not sit and watch Feng Jiuqing cross the Forbidden Sea. If Feng Jiuqing attacked him midway, Feng Jiuqing would die even faster. Run! Feng Jiuqing let out a mournful laugh. That's right, they might not be able to escape. Perhaps they would die a worthless death. Thinking of this, Feng Jiuqing suddenly stopped fleeing towards the Taboo Sea. Instead, he ran along the edge of the Taboo Sea towards Imperial Sea Mountain. Although the domain was not connected to the Imperial Sea Mountain, it was not far from the end of the domain. Father might be able to sense it if there was a big commotion there. Even if I die, I want all of you to die with me. Feng Jiucheng's heart was filled with hatred as he madly fled towards the north. Behind him, the old woman was also quickly chasing after him. Behind him, Fang Ping bellowed, "Feng Jiucheng, didn't you want to kill me? Why are you running? Trash! If you don't kill me this time, I'll kill your father next time. He's also a piece of trash. When I get back, I'll go to the king's battlefield and kill all of your Feng clan's descendants. I'll completely destroy you." Fang Ping cursed for a while, but his speed was not as fast as Feng Jiucheng and the others. Seeing Feng Jiucheng running further and further away, Fang Ping roared, "I'm a mystic virtue's successor. Demons in the territory, kill that person in front." As soon as he finished speaking, a token appeared in Fang Ping's hand. The token shone brightly. "All demons in the Xuanda Grotto heaven, listen up. Kill the enemy. Kill him, and I'll send you into the inner realm to cultivate. My ancestor is in the heavenly Grotto Heaven Palace." Behind them, Li Hansong and the others exchanged glances. Was it reliable? Aren't you afraid that these demons will kill you first? Fang Ping did not care about this. He continued to roar. Then he turned around and shouted, "My mentality has been greatly depleted. They might not understand me. Use your mentality to condense the heavenly palace model." As soon as he said that, Yao Chengjun and the others looked at each other and did not hesitate. Soon, they joined forces and condensed a simple model of the heavenly palace. Fang Ping stepped into the air, standing proudly above the heavenly palace. He roared again, "Kill the enemy, I'll send all of you inside to cultivate. Our patriarch is waiting for you in the heaven palace." In the boundary zone, within 1,000 miles, there were many indigenous demons living there. At this moment, in some areas, the demon powerhouses' auras were revealed. Many demons released their mentality. Some demons nearby even probed Fang Ping directly. Fang Ping said in a low voice, "Quick, create 2 shadows above the heavenly palace. At least they look like me, and my patriarch." Yao Qingjun gave him a deep look. "You have another patriarch. Why do you have so many patriarchs?" Mentality could not condense real people, but it was possible to create human shadows. They did not know whether Fang Ping's method was reliable or not. However, this was a desperate situation. They could not let Feng Jiucheng escape. They joined forces again. Above the heavenly palace, 2 illusory human shadows appeared. As for whether the demons could understand it or not, that was another matter. "Demons in the territory, listen up. Kill the enemy, and you'll be sent into the inner realm to cultivate." As soon as he finished speaking, Yao Chengjun and the others used their mentality to simulate some gigantic demon shadows and sent them into the heavenly palace. Fang Ping felt that this expression was very obvious. If Jiao was here, it would have understood long ago. At this moment, Fang Ping missed that traitor demon. The demons here seem to be idiots. Send them in to cultivate. Mother asterisk cur. Were there no demons who were tempted? Fang Ping chased quickly while shouting. On the token, it shone brilliantly, even triggering some seals in some areas. In front, Chen Yaozu and the old woman chased quietly. For a moment, they did not know whether this kid was reliable or not. Stop fooling around. If this caused a riot among the local demons, they would be in danger. Although there was usually no energy in the bounded zone, every time the energy tide erupted, the energy was extremely rich. There were many demon powerhouses here. Rank 9 was rare, usually in the Forbidden Sea. However, the last time in the Tianan bounded zone, Fang Ping and the others roughly calculated that there were no less than 100 rank 7 and 8. That was the least. If this caused a riot, they would be in big trouble. Fong Ping. At this moment, Old Wang was a little worried. He had already sensed many demons' mentality probing, even with a hint of greed. He did not know whether it was greed to enter the heavenly palace or to kill Fong Ping and get the token. The high-ranked demons were not really idiots. Maybe if they killed Fong Ping, they could go in themselves? At least, compared to killing a rank 9, killing a rank 7 was easier. Fong Ping said nothing, but a crystal hoop appeared in his hand, shouting, "This is the beast-taming hoop. The elder ancestor gave it to me to protect myself. If the demons within the boundaries don't attack, don't blame me for controlling you by force." After saying that, Fong Ping looked at Old Yao again. "Let's erupt." Old Yao's cooperation was not good. Yao Qingjun was helpless, but his mentality erupted. The crystal hoop erupted with a brilliant light. With this explosion, the mentality of some of the nearby monsters that were probing over suddenly showed signs of being absorbed by the crystal hoop. Roar. At this moment, some of the demons roared in fear. Including a few rank 8 monsters, they were roaring nonstop at this time. Fong Ping roared, "Do you really want to force me to ask the elder ancestor to leave the heavenly palace? The elder ancestor has been cultivating in seclusion for more than 1,000 years, unwilling to care about you guys. It's not easy for the demons. The energy tide erupts once every 3 months for your cultivation. If you don't attack today, you can forget about the energy tide eruption." After saying that, something appeared in Fong Ping's hand again, the crystal book. As soon as the crystal book appeared, the demons' roars became even louder. Some rank 8 monsters roared again. The aura of a true king. Even the demons in the Forbidden Sea had to retreat when they carried this thing on them. Fong Ping had been concealing it previously, not revealing its aura. Now that he took it out, it immediately caused a commotion among the demons. The token, the crystal hoop, the crystal book. As soon as these items appeared, all the demons in the entire boundary zone who could hear and see Fong Ping began to stir. The demons were not fools. High-ranked demons still had intelligence. The ones who really did not have intelligence were the demons in the king battleground, who were impacted by the chaos source. They did not have high intelligence. The demons might not understand Fong Ping's words. However, the demons still understood the scene that Yao Qingjun and the others' mentality had conjured. Fong Ping pointed at Feng Jiuqing, who was fleeing in front. His meaning was clear. Roar. Squeak, squeak, squeak. All kinds of monsters roared, as if they were communicating with each other. At this moment, the Chun family and Old Wang were extremely nervous. Fong Ping liked to cause trouble. Why did he have to provoke these demons? If they did not kill Feng Jiuqing but besiege them, then they would be in big trouble. Fong Ping, however, did not care. He said calmly, "It's okay. I have a peak mentality avatar. If I attack together with the carrot and the stick, these demons will know how to choose, unless they are really idiotic demons." As for idiotic demons, when they cultivated to a high rank, even demons would not be that idiotic. The few of them were helpless. Whatever he said. However, if it really caused a riot, think of a way to solve it yourself. Fong Ping had Old Zhang's mentality avatar. If the demons rebelled, the danger would not be as great as imagined. However, it would be a waste then. Fong Ping did not consider this. If the demons really rebelled, he could wait for them to gather. Old Zhang's avatar could at least kill dozens of high-ranked monsters. At that time, he could bring these monsters' corpses to Old Zhang. Old Zhang would probably think that it was a good deal. Thinking of this, Fong Ping suddenly said, "Why don't we not kill Feng Jiuqing, but take this opportunity to kill dozens of monsters?" Everyone was speechless. How could he do whatever he wanted? No one paid attention to him. Fong Ping did not continue this topic. He continued to yell, flying through the air, extremely arrogant and despotic. The Schwanda Grotto heaven was his home, although it was not his old ancestor inside. The key was that he had the inheritance. In this way, it was originally his territory. If these demons did not help, he would chase them away. The crystal book on top of Fong Ping's head, and the crystal ring continued to exude aura. He continued to yell, Old Wong, and the others also continued to display their avatars. At this moment, Feng Jiuqing had left Fong Ping, and the others more than 10 li behind. However, because of Chun Yaozu's obstruction, they fought and retreated at the same time. They did not run too far for a while. Following Fong Ping's ostentatious display, some monsters began to gather. In front, 4 to 5 rank, 8 monsters, and 7 to 8 rank, 7 monsters gradually gathered together. Feng Jiuqing naturally felt this too. He roared, "Bastards! I am the son of the Maple King. How dare you?" The 17th Southern Territory is the Feng family's territory. Feng Jiuqing roared incessantly. He was so angry that he almost vomited blood. These local demons were actually trying to block their way. Behind them, Fong Ping shouted, "This is the Schwanda Grotto heaven. What bullsh *T Maple King. Let the Maple King come in and try to suppress him. Do you dare to come in?" Fong Ping roared. "Do you dare or not?" The seal here was not a threat to the average person. Even if old Zhang's avatar exploded, it might not cause a counterattack. However, once the avatar of the catacombs' true king exploded, it would definitely be counterattacked. If the catacombs' true king dared to come in, he would be attacked instantly. This point was displayed vividly in Tian'an last time. Fong Ping was sure that the Maple King would not give Feng Jiuqing's mentality avatar. Kill him, and I will send all of you here to cultivate. In the Heavenly Palace, there are countless imperishable substances and energy liquids. With the old ancestors' guidance, all of you have a chance to enter rank 9 and become a demon king. Bastards, how dare you? My father is just outside Mount Yuhai. Old Chun! Fong Ping roared. Chun Yaozu was a little speechless. After a while, he said in a muffled voice, "All of you big demons, you know who my father is. We have been guarding here for 15 years. My father is guarding the peak of Mount Yuhai. The Maple King is nothing." Behind them, Fong Ping breathed a sigh of relief. Chen Yaozu was fine. At least he did not screw up. Fong Ping did not know if these demons understood the meaning of their words, but he guessed that they might understand. Especially when they used mentality to communicate, the probability of them understanding was very high. At this time, more and more demons gathered in front of them. Feng Jiuqing's expression was ferocious. Were these demons really going to attack him? He was the Maple King's legitimate son. The Maple King governed the 17 Southern Territories. This was his family's territory. In the end, the demons in his family's territory actually wanted to attack him. Get lost! Feng Jiuqing roared, shouting sternly. These demons were blocking the way. Behind him, Fong Ping curled his lips. In the bounded domain, the demons did not care about your identity. The demons here were extremely bold. Back then, King Song's divine general was attacked every day, but he did not see those demons being afraid of King Song. Roar! At this moment, a roar suddenly sounded beside Fong Ping's ear. In the roar, there were some mentality fluctuations. Go, and Fong Ping's eyes moved. Were the demons talking to him? Did they really understand? They wanted to enter the Heavenly Palace to cultivate. *CK. These demons are so bold. Aren't they courting death? I was just saying it. And you guys really took it Seriously, Fong Ping had no doubt that these demons would be killed by the powerful pressure once they entered the bounded domain. But it was hard to say. These demons lived in the bounded domain. In fact, they were really not much different from the bounded domain's watchdogs. It was also because of the existence of these local demons that the bounded domain was so peaceful. Ordinary high ranks in the catacombs did not dare to enter, not only because of the Forbidden Sea tributary, but also because there were many demons here. Fong Ping even suspected that every time the bounded domain's energy tide erupted, it was really to nurture the demons here and make the bounded domain safer. Otherwise, although the energy was rich, Fong Ping felt that condensing it into liquid and flowing into the river would not be a problem. It's hard to say. Fong Ping was thinking a little too much now. The energy tide eruption might not really be passive. It was not impossible for it to be active too. Sure, after killing him, I'll send the big demons into the heavenly palace to cultivate. The token in Fong Ping's hand shone even brighter. Roar! In the next moment, several rank 8 monsters' golden bodies flickered and blocked Feng Jiuqing's escape route. Behind Fong Ping, Li Hansong transmitted his voice. Fong Ping, are all the demons so stupid? You can fool them every time. How do you do it? Get lost. Fong Ping scolded and reluctantly transmitted his voice. What do you mean, fool? After killing Feng Jiuqing later, I'll really open the boundary wall and send them in as long as they dare to go in themselves. Fortune comes from risk. Humans are like this, and so are demons. What's so surprising about it? We're strong here. We have 2 rank 9s. I even have a peak mentality avatar. Tell me, if you were a demon, who would you choose to help? Tai 2, you must have your wits in battle. In martial arts cultivation, whether it's humans or demons, it's all about fighting. If you don't fight, how can you become stronger? Entering the inner region of the bounded domain may not necessarily be dangerous. Maybe the elder ancestor. Cough, cough. Maybe that senior has taken a fancy to these monsters and sent them into the heavenly palace? Li Hansong thought about it. It seemed somewhat reasonable. They wanted to enter the bounded domain, but these demons did not wanna. After living here for so many years, Fong Ping's understanding of this place was much stronger than theirs. It was understandable that the demons wanted to enter the inner region of the bounded domain. Thinking of this, Li Hansong nodded slightly. It seemed that Fong Ping was not purely fooling them. He had grasped the demon's mentality. No, or rather, the mentality of all martial arts cultivators, humans and demons. Cultivation was to become stronger and to fight for a chance. Carrot and stick, a peak elder ancestor, and a peak mentality avatar as a deterrent. It could reduce the danger to the minimum and make these demons give up the idea of using force to force them. Li Hansong thought of this and looked at Fong Ping with some admiration. In the blink of an eye, Fong Ping had thought of so many things. Amazing! His grasp of the human heart and the demon's heart was very amazing. Just as they were thinking about this, Feng Jiuqing went completely crazy in front of them. His eyes were blood red as he bellowed, I am the son of the Maple Prince. He is not a descendant of the bounded domain. If I die here, my father will not let you go. Rumble! The rumble resounded through the void. In just a short while, there were as many as 8 rank, 8 demons blocking the way, 6 demon beasts, and 2 demon plants. Chun Yaozu and the Chun family's old lady stopped in their tracks. They did not dare to continue. What should they do now? If they participated, would they be attacked? 8 rank, 8 demons were not weak. Feng Jiuqing was strong, but he was now an arrow at the end of its flight. Facing 8 demons, it was dangerous. Behind them, Fong Ping had almost caught up. Seeing the situation, he shouted, Old Chen, let's go together. Everyone, go. Since the great demons of the demon race have made their move, I don't think they will not distinguish between friend and foe. Kill Feng Jiuqing, Old Chun, and the rest will also leave this place. From now on, the land of the Grotto Heaven Gate will no longer restrict the great demons from cultivating. Even if you don't enter the Heavenly Palace, you can still cultivate better. The elder ancestor will not let too many demons enter and disturb his quiet cultivation. It's fine if there are less than 10, but it definitely won't do if there are more. Having said that, Fang Ping looked at some of the demons who had just arrived nearby and shouted, "Enough! There's no need to come anymore. Everyone is a step late. If there's a chance like this next time, I'll call everyone again. Right now, the opportunity has already been taken by the few great demons." As soon as he said that, Fang Ping was sure that these demons really understood what he said. The 8 demons who were fighting with Feng Jiuqing were like they were on steroids. They began to attack madly, roaring incessantly. It seemed like they were scolding the demons who were surrounding them. Enough! They could take care of this guy. The other demons did not need to come. Li Hansong and the rest were dumbfounded at this moment, not to mention the Chun family. Other than Chun Yaozu and Old Chun, who were participating in the battle, the others had gathered around Fang Ping. They looked at the demons around them with vigilance, and could not help but look at Fang Ping. Who was this guy? They had stayed here for 15 years. They were familiar with these demons. In fact, they had communicated with them before, but these demons had never given them face. Every time the energy tide erupted, they had to fight with these demons. Of course, because Maple Princess people would also come at this time, and they were all fighting on the plankway, these demons would rarely come. They also knew the danger. In the past, these demons had never helped them kill people. Now, the few Qin family members had mixed feelings. Was this also possible? If they had known this would happen, they would have joined forces with these demons. Would they still need to be afraid of Maple Princess people? There were a lot of native demons here. They were blocking the way above. Below the plankway, there were dozens of high-ranked demons blocking the way. No matter how strong Feng Jiuqing and the others were, they would have been killed long ago. Fang Ping did not care what they thought. He did not join the battle. Instead, he shouted at the side, "Don't care about getting hurt. As long as you don't die, there's an eternal lake in the Heavenly Palace for all the great demons to soak in. Everyone, help me. The elder ancestor will not care about some imperishable substance. When I came out, the elder ancestor also gave me some imperishable substance. I'm giving it to all the great demons to show my sincerity." This move had been tested time and time again. Fang Ping threw out a few lumps of imperishable substance. It was not a lot. The crystal book on his head erupted with a brilliant light. It suppressed the demons' greed and signaled them to enter the Heavenly Palace. There were many of these things. Fang Ping had used coercion and carrots to the fullest. The few great demons were really on steroids. Eternal Lake. Soak in the Eternal Lake. In terms of understanding of the boundary zone, Fang Ping was not as good as these demons. At least these demons knew that the Eternal Lake water seeped out of the Forbidden Sea. The great demons in the Forbidden Sea actually came from the boundary zone. When there were demons in the boundary zone who reached rank 9, they would enter the sea. This was something that Fang Ping was completely unaware of. The boundary zone had existed for so many years. How could there not be any rank 9 demons? But on the shore, there was not a single one. These rank 9 demons were no longer satisfied with the energy tide eruption every time. Instead, they entered the sea and fought with the sea demons for the imperishable substance. But now, not only could they enter the Heavenly Palace in the inner area, they could also enter the Eternal Lake. roar. Squeak, squeak, squeak. The demons were excited and frenzied. Feng Jiuqing was also about to collapse. 2 rank 9s, and Chun Yaozu was currently stronger than him. The Chun family's old lady's combat strength had recovered, and she was not weaker than him now. This was enough to make him suffer. Now, there were still 8 demons surrounding him. The despair in Feng Jiuqing's eyes was obvious. He was dead meat. Feng Ping. Father, I must kill Feng Ping. Feng Jiuqing screamed again and again. He was not resigned to this. He, a powerhouse who had walked a long way on the rank 9 path, actually fell in the hands of a rank 7 martial artist just like that. He was really not resigned to this. In the past, he had laughed at his nephew for being tricked by Feng Ping. Now, Feng Jiuqing regretted it. If he had known earlier, that day outside the Martial King battlefield, he would have killed Feng Ping even at the risk of being killed by a Martial King. Father, you hear me? Feng Jiuqing roared. This time, he no longer cared about those attacks, but bombarded the restriction in the sky. In an instant, many black cracks appeared. The black cracks increased, and the commotion became bigger and bigger. Feng Jiuqing did not care about this. He wanted to attract his father's attention. The commotion was so small that King Feng could not feel it. Rumble! Feng Jiuqing tried his best to avoid the crowd and demons' attacks, still bombarding the restriction, even the restriction underground. Even if he received the biggest counterattack each time, he did not care. Again, and again, and again, and again. The peak of Mount Royal Sea, and the true king seemed to feel the changes here. On the opposite side of the Forbidden Sea, some demons wandering on the other side suddenly fled. Seeing this scene, Feng Jiuqing flew madly toward the Forbidden Sea tributary, roaring, "Father, your son was killed by Feng Ping. Father, avenge your son." Feng Ping's expression was ugly. Mother of ***, did I kill you? Aren't you still alive? Besides, I didn't even do anything to you. From the beginning until now, you have been shouting that I killed you. What did I do to you? In the sky above the Forbidden Sea tributary, black cracks flashed. Although Feng Ping did not feel the true king's mentality, he knew that there was a powerhouse's mentality trying to cross the Forbidden Sea and cover this side. However, in the sky above the Forbidden Sea tributary, there were many cracks as if they were about to explode. That should be King Feng's mentality. Otherwise, the boundary zone was still kind to humans at the peak. Usually, it would not initiate an attack unless it was inside. Feng Ping could tell, so could Feng Jiuqing. At this moment, Feng Jiuqing once again unleashed his full strength, directly using the flight step, flying toward the Forbidden Sea. Behind him, Chun Yaozu and the others also unleashed their full strength to attack him. Not only did they attack him, but they also attacked the seawater. Under the sea, countless demon limbs appeared. The commotion here was too big, and the demons at the bottom of the sea had long been attracted. Feng Jiuqing did not seem to see this, or maybe he did not care. King Feng might not be able to hear what was said at the Forbidden Sea. He wanted to tell his father that he must kill Feng Ping. Feng Jiuqing directly used the flight step, ignoring all the attacks, leaping over the Forbidden Sea, roaring, "Father, you must kill Feng Ping." Again and again, repeating more than 10 times. At this time, he was already entangled by 7 or 8 tentacles. On the shore, Chun Yaozu and the Chun family's old lady were also bombarding the air. At this moment, Feng Jiuqing laughed maniacally. In the next moment, everyone heard a cold, murderous roar. "Feng Ping, I must kill you." Feng Ping looked innocent. F***CK. King Feng really heard it and risked having his mentality crushed to pieces to forcibly transmit his voice. Ha ha ha. Feng Jiuqing laughed loudly, but his laughter stopped abruptly. At this moment, he was completely dragged into the Forbidden Sea. Humph! King Feng snorted coldly again. Suddenly, huge waves surged on the surface of the sea. Fang Ping seemed to hear a muffled groan. King Feng's mentality was completely crushed. Even at this time, King Feng's voice still echoed. Fang Ping! Fang Ping! That icy chill made some of the demons on the shore could not help but take a few steps back. Fang Ping looked helpless. He looked at Li Hansong and the others, saying innocently, "What did I do? I didn't kill them. Are you thinking about me?" Everyone was speechless. Wang Jinyang was silent for a moment, then said in a low voice, "You're too outstanding." "I know. I mean, this stupid mouth of yours is too outstanding. Feng Jiuqing is mad at you. That's why he only has his eyes on you." Fang Ping's head hurt. After a while, he sighed. "Both of you, King Huai, King Feng, these two were determined to kill him. Once they got the chance, they would do anything. No, maybe more." Yao Qingjun said lightly, "Don't forget King Song. Even if you didn't know before, you probably know now. Last time you got lucky." Li Hansong mumbled, "There's a lot. How many people did he kill in the Land of Kings? In the future, everyone will know that he did it. I think there are more than 10. Your only rank, 7. Fang Ping, you've provoked so many true kings. Don't ever go to the Forbidden Zone again." Sino Nation only had 14 paragons. The number of catacombs true kings that Fang Ping provoked might not be less than Sino Nation's paragons. Don't forget, there was still Ji Yao's grandfather, the Life King, and her father who might reach true king level. Fang Ping looked sad. "What did I do? I didn't do anything either." Beside him, Chun Yaozu and the Chun family's old lady had a complicated look on their faces. These people were talking about true kings. Fang Ping had offended 2 digits of true kings. How did he survive until now? Chun Yaozu was shocked, speechless. His old man was a paragon, but the number of true kings he had offended in the catacombs was probably not as many as Fang Ping. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.